Anyway, let's check in with Neil. Neil, good morning.
Scott and Beast. I'm surprised Beast showed up today. I thought he'd be in mourning for at least a week.
Yeah,
or two.
Yeah, me too. And then the Dolphins, I had the Colts in 3. That got everybody all flustered yesterday.
You know what, Beast? Binge for revenge. That's what Dr. Phil says.
Hey, you know what I went to? Neil, I went to the Panther game the other night, and they just got done 6-2.
Now, let me ask you a question. Well, how about those Leafs, 7-1 against the Flyers? That was a nice performance. We beat a little girls' team last night.
Yeah, but I went to the game on Saturday.
How many people were actually there at that San Jose game? About 30?
It seemed to me that there was probably around... My guess was 12, maybe 10.
Get out of here. The paper said 13, which means...
Okay, then there was 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely... I could have actually played, I think, at one point. They were going to just bring some people in from...
Played goal, I'll guarantee you that.
Well, they were going to pick certain seats, and you could actually come down and do a shift.
I guess the backup goalie ain't a human Shields, huh?
No, he's not, actually. When some guy has a hat trick... Well, when I've never heard of a guy that has a hat trick, there's a problem right there.
Did Carol Burnett have a stroke?
I hope so.
What do you mean? You never heard of Alan McCauley, ex-Make-Believe?
Yeah, Alan McCauley, he's the guy that had the
CBS thing last night. I came across the last hour by accident. I wish somebody would have called and told me, hey, Neil, be sure and catch the 3-hour CBS special, 75 Years.
Oh, yeah, that was the network special. Was that good?
I saw the last hour. I would have liked to have seen the other 2 hours. But Carol Burnett, I think, had a stroke. She looked a little like Jean Chrétien. She was talking out of the corner of her puss.
I'm big on Jean Chrétien.
He's a really great guy, Jean Chrétien.
Hey,
I guarantee you one thing. He ain't no Bushmeister.
Hey, how'd you think the Dolphins looked yesterday?
I thought they looked great.
Yeah.
You know,
well, today I'm predicting...
I want to ask you one question, seriously.
I'm predicting they won't even make the playoffs
I want to ask you this question very seriously.
Yeah.
Aren't we cursed down here?
We may be cursed, but I have a nice house. But I may actually be cursed. You know what I asked myself today that my goal... Look at this chick with this scene on television.
Anyway, the Panthers and the Dolphins all in one week.
The Canes are going to win tonight. The Canes lose. Your boy Tom Brady with a nice ass better cover for me tonight is all I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing Monday nights.
About that game, and how do you know he has a nice ass?
Well, you've been telling me he has a nice ass, and your little quarterback. Hey, your little quarterback at Notre Dame took it hard there the other day.
George is the one who's knee deep up in the ass.
How about your Notre Dame quarterback? They did a nice job against Florida State.
I loved it.
That kid's ass has a grapefruit in it.
Get pummeled. I love it.
I mean,
if Notre Dame never won a game in any sport again, it would please me like crazy. I was so happy with the Dolphin loss yesterday, I was knocking my knees together. I just couldn't believe it.
34C doesn't like the Dolphins either. She sits in her seat and cheers for the other team.
One thing about Brian Greasy, man, he's got this problem. He keeps falling down and dropping the ball.
Why do they keep showing his?
Why
do they show his dad during the game?
Did you see Dad with the binoculars up there?
Yeah. Well, who cares to look at him?
He's a little long in the tooth, old Bob. He said, "Okay, which team is my son on? Which team? Which one is he?"
I think listening to him do the ABC games on Saturdays is torture.
Awful. He's brutal. He's so boring.
Oh,
I told you I worked with him one year on UM Baseball, didn't I?
Oh, no.
On Channel 33.
UM Baseball. So did you like the Canes at that point?
Little ugly kid to the games. You know who his punky little ugly kid was?
Who?
Brian.
Brian, of course.
Yeah. And he's just as ugly now as he was then.
So how many people are dead now in Iraq now that the war is over?
That's just this hour.
Yeah, that's just this hour.
When are people going to... I was asking George this morning, when are people going to start getting pissed off already?
I don't know, but...
How many more innocent Americans, plus all the other Iraqis that we don't care about, how many more people have to keep dying over this freaking lie before they finally say, well, we made a mistake?
Hey, what's the story with the Episcopalians over there, Neil? You happy with that scene? Yeah.
I love it. They're jamming it right down their throat, if you pardon that expression.
Yeah. How about the cover of the USA Today today? Free speech is not allowed on campus.
Right up the ass because you're talking now. You'll get into trouble. I don't want to get you in. You seem to be making a nice comeback now. You okay?
Well, as long as I get advised by you on how to deal with the two-faced people around here, then I'll be all right. You know, they say one thing and do another.
Listen to me. I'm going to give you the same advice I gave to Mad Dog and the Humper. They both took it very well, and they're doing great.
Well, all right,
take the money right to the bank, okay?
Thank you.
Just take the money to the bank and laugh all the way.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I try that every day, and my goal in life now is to slow down in my car and not die in a car wreck.
Live stress-free. Just take the money straight to the bank, screw all the rest of it, do whatever the hell, be a good little boy, and that's it.
I need to slow down a speed because I am a train wreck. I am a road rage.
Take a lot of vacations.
I need a lot of vacations. I'm building my own studio now. I'm selling them shows, and I'm planning on, well, my goal is to take over the station, maybe. You and I.
No problem.
Fire all those people and run it.
Pay me off. Here's the first thing you got to do is pay off everybody who's under contract, starting with me.
And you and I are the only ones that know what we're doing anyway.
Don't leave out your good buddy Mo.
Oh, now all of a sudden,
man.
now Delusional's laughing in there. He thinks he's the extraordinaire running the whole radio station. He's going to come back with a Glock and kill all of us, let alone run this place.
Who's that?
That's Scott, Delusional, I call him. He's delusional.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling George
he thinks I'm bad luck. I'll show you how bad luck I am.
There's only one problem with Scott, and that is that he's incredibly dumb. Other than that, he's okay.
No, he can pick hockey scores. I know that.
Yeah, he said the Panthers would get 2 on Saturday. He was right about that. He only missed the other one by 4.
Yeah, I went. That game was unbelievable. I saw so many goals. I was ordering a beer and I saw 3 goals go in.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't ours.
It was Alan McCauley had the hat trick.
I know. Never heard of him.
Well, there you go.
I knew who he was. Hell, I played with your boy Coverley and McCauley and all those femmes up there. You don't win jack.
Fags, yeah.
1967. I said
all those
femmes.
Fags like Ty Jones.
Femmes.
Man, he got bushwhacked in Carolina.
Your boys don't win
Evans
jack.
just
It's like every year. It's like the Philadelphia sports teams. They're the greatest teams in the regular season, and then in the playoffs they eat
You can hear
D.
the choking, gagging sounds.
Yeah.
They're gagging it. Kind of like at the Catholic Church, you can hear those gagging sounds.
Do you think there's more mosquitoes west or east in Florida? I think it's west. So, like, every day I get attacked now, it's because I'm in the swamps.
Are you out west in Boca?
Yeah, I moved into a big, fancy neighborhood. Bad move. You should see my house.
Why don't you sell your house, take the profit, and buy a place like in Plantation Acres?
Right next to you.
No, not near me.
Like your house.
I'm serious. Only old Jews live in Boca. See, somebody misinformed you. You have no business living in Boca.
You got that right. Listen to this. The other morning I went to leave West Boca to get something to eat for breakfast, and all I could find for like 20 miles was sushi and Chinese and Japanese food, and I said, I am in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said driving, and I started swearing. I drove fast, excessively. I flipped a couple people off, and I went back to East Boca so I could eat with the Jews over there.
Oi!
You heard me, Neil.
There's
nowhere to eat breakfast. I got to go to the griddle to eat breakfast because there's no. I got to go to.
Take your little sack, go to the Rascal House, stuff some pickles and bagels.
Are they still giving us money? Balance for life.
I love Balance for Life.
Balance for life. Hey, Neil, I still haven't. Jeff High. It takes him a month to get around a corner, let alone get me my bed.
Speaking of Balance for Life, Beast, where are the spots? Where's the food?
We're supposed to be doing them on this show now.
We had the food. Shelley Bloom sent me clothes that were fit for a little boy. I wear extra large. I love those people at Shelley Bloom. They got to get it straight. I'm as pretty as a girl, 6'3", 175. I'm 6'3". I wear extra large. They sent me women's small.
No, those weren't for you. Those were for Clarence's boyfriend.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't need clothes.
Actually, they must have sent him to the wrong guy.
Just take 2 of those and knit them together. You'll have something good for the Beast.
All right, I got to go do Sports Jam, and then I'm doing Harpoon Harry's.
Raccoons, Beast. Nice job.
See ya, Neil.
I fucking blow.
We did it! We did it!
A stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
Miami has the Dolphins, they're the worst football team.
Yes.
They flub the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're on the ground, that's where they'll stay. They're never in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking toilet bowl, 'cause they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Don't bet on them, you'll always lose. They don't know how to tackle. They don't know how to block. Their coaches ought to tell them to put Bengay in their jocks. Then they would run much faster, and even in defeat. When we go to the stadium, we'll see Miami Heat, and they're the Miami Dolphins.
Oy!
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. The team that hasn't got a clue. Miami has the Dolphins, but the Dolphins have no fans. Just 50,000 assholes sitting in the stands. They watch the game and all they do is moan and gripe and bitch. I wonder how Joe Robbie got to be so goddamn rich. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins.
Absolutely.
Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I hear the crowd begin to boo. The Dolphins have Jay Fiedler, that quarterback's a Jew.
Oy.
Run down the field and he will throw a pass over you. Oy. He'll never win a Super Bowl, you shouldn't be surprised. When he gets cut, that doesn't mean that he was circumcised. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
92.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Jay calls his signals in Hebrew. The Dolphins have no defense and their offense is a joke. Like George Bush eating pretzels, you know they're gonna choke. They'll always disappoint you when they're in a playoff race, with fewer points than pockmarks on Huizinga's ugly face. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number, oh what the hell, 32. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, now they're through.
Absolutely.
Oh! It's 11 after 10 already. How do you like that? It's almost break time, George.
Oh, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Well, here's the first facts of the day, like I said. And it says, very good, by the way, Mark, outstanding. Aren't we cursed, Neil? Aren't we cursed? And then it says, wah! And it spells it right, too. I love that. Just the right number of A's and H's. It says, screw the assholes in this town who can't enjoy life unless the football teams win. I love the Canes and Dolphins. Guess what? I still had a great weekend. Nice going, Mark. The rest of the Farbissina Goyim are walking around town looking like a close relative died. They're doing everything but wearing black armbands. I've been down here almost my whole life, and I still can't believe this. When will I learn? By the way, thank you for your story on our website concerning the selling on eBay.com of the MIRT devices to screw up with the traffic lights. That was extremely informative and eye-opening. I can picture the drivers down here getting at least one of those devices while they can. The lights are messed up enough. Now we can really mess with them. We're effed, is what Mark said. Have a great show, Mark. Thanks, Mark. And aren't we cursed down here? Oh, my God. What are we going to do? Huh? God, I actually got sexual excitement from this weekend, from seeing all three teams lose. I shouldn't say that about the Panthers because that makes me sound like anti-Panther, but it's just that the organization, these new owners, man, they haven't got a freaking clue. They haven't got a clue. You should have known that when they had Bernie Kosar as the face man running around like a silly little girl. Remember that? That day he was in the studio?
No.
He was running around. Yeah, he was giggling like a little girl. Oh, we got the Panthers. We had like a play toy, like some kid who just had like a new play toy brought in. Like PlayStation 69 or whatever the hell it was. Of course, Bernie, they kind of like shoved him in the back, and he's basically out. They were going to use him as the face man. Hey, look at this. We got a guy, we got a jock who's involved. We own the team, man. Do we have any idea what we're doing?
No.
No, but we're fans. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Maybe they can pay to get in. 1013 at 560 WQAM. Imagine this. Imagine zero closing cost on your next house. Zero application fees, zero credit bureau fees, zero discounted points. This will be the last mortgage you'll be ever needing. The revolutionary only one mortgage from Financial Group. Now with a low, amazing rate of just 1.95%. That's only 738 months for, a month for a $200,000 loan, for example. Once you refinance or get you a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you will never, ever pay closing costs again. So call when in doubt. Check this out. 1-800-940-LEND. Grab real financing power with a low-rate mortgage that you can move to your next property without further cost or expense. Only one mortgage from Financial Group. That's why they call it that. Call 1-800-940-LEND for details. It's a whole new way to buy. There's zero underwriting fees, zero doc fees, zero prepayment penalty, zero closing costs even when you move to another property. Just like all the work that Todd Dreck puts into these accounts, zero. Get financing at just 1.95%. Call 1-800-940-LEND and never pay closing costs again. Call Financial Group today, 1-800-940-LEND, 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change monthly, 5.19 APR.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Hurricane fucking blow!
It's a world of nuns walking side by side. You can all repent on the heavens ride. Stand in line, you will wait, a simulated pearly gate. It's a folk world after all. There's a bunch of t-shirts that you can buy. You can even lunch with the real Pope guy. Take your picture, it's a snap, sitting there in the Pope's lap. It's a Pope world after all. Oh! It's a Pope world after all. To enter you must be this tall. The Vatican with a shopping mall. It's a Pope world after all.
10:19 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. It ain't Yom Kippur. It only comes once a year, okay? Even a goyim should know that. It's not Yom Kippur, so quit with the long face, okay? I don't want to hear that joke about the horse. Is it a horse or what is it that goes into the bar and white a long face? I don't want to hear those old stale jokes. Like Tim Conway and who's the other one? Harvey Korman were doing last night on that CBS special. I think it was probably a really great show because I only saw the last hour. But that, oh, boy. And did Carol Burnett have a stroke or not?
We don't know.
We don't know. Well, let's find out.
I'll call
her. She was like, I don't know. Of course, she's about 110, but, man, she's like talking out, which is bad because we like Carol Burnett. Not a lot. I didn't really like her show all that much, but we like her as a person. She's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Never stole a freight train.
Right. She never stole a freaking freight train. She probably never, hit out on one either. What are these faxes that are pouring across here now?
Swell.
Last week you were ranting about the public subsidies being used for New Marlins ballpark. You then questioned whether such would be available on the... look at this. This story from Sunday's Herald, $80,000 for a restaurant which seats 73 people so they can move a block east. I guess you used a wrong example. Well, you know something? Mike Mayo wrote his one good column for the year in the Sun Sentinel yesterday, and I'm going to read it. How do you like that? It's on our website. Or at least it was yesterday. Or maybe it's on today. Is it today? Well, whenever the hell it was, or is. Nice going, Mike Mayo, and I knew he would do it less than a week after he wrote his gushing column about, the Marlins, this was so exciting, and now is not the time to be peeing on their parade about public money for a stadium. Well, it sure didn't take too long, Mike. I probably embarrassed him into it, you know it?
Yes.
Sure. Nice going, Mike Mayo. I'm going to read it. Here's the poll result from Friday. What's your biggest beef with Neil? 1,730 votes. Pretty heavy duty because that's the kind of thing that they love. I have no real beef with Neil, 632, 36.5%, which would have been a higher percent except for the fact that we added all these other categories to give them an escape valve, someplace else to go. 36.5% have no beef with me at all. The biggest beef they have, he puts George on to fill in, 222, 222, 12.8%. Nice going, George.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Vary the competition. Too many vacations, 159, 9.1% say I have too many vacations. Too bad, just jealous. He's too effing negative, and I'm sure that with the 3 Florida teams losing over the weekend, and of course I'm just rubbing the salt in the wounds, they would probably like to double that total right now. You're too negative. No, I'm just telling you honestly the way I feel. What am I supposed to do? Just lie a lot?
Yes.
Like Greg Reed?
Yes.
Lie through my freaking teeth?
Yes.
Tell you, oh, gee, what a shame that the Dolphins blew that game yesterday. After that interception, they had a chance to pull it out, and there's poor Brian dropping the ball again, got sideswiped and just bushwhacked. Brian Greasy got bushwhacked. Yeah. Hey, Brian. Not a good idea. Quit falling down, baby. Even Daddy with a binoculars. Oh, there he goes again, right on the ground. He has this habit of falling down all. I told you that. Didn't I warn the public of that, Scott? Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. He's too liberal, 96, 5.5%. Well, you know what? Tough titty. He doesn't rip Mo enough, 96.
Absolutely.
Well, that could change. 5.5% say I don't rip Mo enough, 96. He's out of Miami too much, 73, 4.2%. Sounds like jealousy again to me. Does it really make a difference?
No.
I'll be in Miami soon, and it won't make a bit of difference. In fact, George is so anxious to see me that when I'm coming to town, he's going on vacation. Well, we know what we look like, you know. I don't need to see him. He don't need to see me.
In my,
we got pictures
wallet,
to remember each other by. Not enough reading, in other words, not enough bedtime stories, 69. 3.9% say not enough bedtime stories. Too many comedy bits, 68. What? Well, that's less than 4%.
I know.
I mean, we put these on there. Somebody was going to vote for them. This is a good outlet. This goes to show you cannot possibly please everybody. We do our best to, come in and, spruce it up a little every day, but you can't please everybody. It's free. If it's free, if you don't like the show, go away. That's all.
No,
I encourage you.
I'm going to stay here and
those
bitch.
people who hate me the most, they're religiously, including that asshole that called last week. Oh, I've been listening to you for 13 years, and I just called to say today. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah,
I don't
likely
get you.
story. Likely story. Too much poll talk, 58. Well, that's the audience. Remember, we never even used to talk about the poll except once in a while the result. But the audience has kind of forced us.
It's all they respond to.
This is what they like. This is what they respond to. And you know what we got to go back into, though? I was just thinking about this yesterday.
One-hit wonders.
No. No, God forbid. No, the movie stuff again.
Yeah, man.
Because June and July is when we were doing that stuff heavy duty, and look at the big numbers we had in June and July. In spite of some of the people, again, because you can never please them all. Oh, I thought you talk about his movies. Oh, geez, that's too much.
Who doesn't like movies? Who doesn't watch movies?
Exactly. Only recluse assholes who sit there diddling themselves in the corner, sitting around the house in their underwear all day.
Well, you need a movie to watch to do that.
That's true. Too much poll talk, 58. He's too much of a fag, 38, 2.1%.
Gay.
We also should put on here he's not enough of a fag. So pardon me, we blew that, so to speak. He's too much of a fag, 38. He rips Mo too much, 34. Now keep in mind, doesn't rip him enough, 96, and I rip Mo too much, 34. So obviously they want me to rip Mo a lot more.
Absolutely.
He hangs up on too many callers, 33. Too much reading, 17. Well, get used to it. Not enough sports talk, 16. Too much sports talk, 50. Now that is really fabulous, isn't it? It's fabulous. No, seriously, it cancels itself out.
I know.
Because it's just, they don't give a crap. And too much foul language, you asshole, only 6. 0.3%. The last play, too much foul language. So anybody who calls and doesn't like the language on this goddamn show, too bad. Because nobody else seems to really care. I think that's quite a testament and tribute to all of us. In my case, the Old Testament. Here's the facts from Pete, who says, no more callers. They are the cancer of your show, and they are slowly eating away at a little thing called entertainment. More bedtime stories. Well, you see, the problem with your facts, Pete, it's very well intended, and I'll read the whole thing, but it's, here's a guy who liked those 7 months when I sat here and read, as you'll discover during the rest of this facts. More bedtime stories, anything is better than the boring callers who have nothing to say. Even more Mo Man clips when he rips you, are better, or dead air or transponder repair, anything, but for God's sake, stop with the boring asshole callers who have nothing to say. Love the show, especially those months when you didn't take one call. Pete, see where I'm coming from in that last sentence there?
Right.
He liked the 7 months when we didn't take a call. I liked him. George liked him. Everybody else hated it. Just George and me and Pete. That's it. Everybody else hated those 3 months.
Pretty much, I guess.
Right? Well, no, there must have been some people.
Boca Brian liked it.
Boca
Brian liked it.
Though there's 4. Not enough reading. How many votes did that thing have? Let me look. 69. It keeps popping up all over the place, that 69 number. Not enough reading. In other words, more bedtime stories. So, Pete, I heartily agree. Most of the callers suck big time. You can just smell it. You can smell the smegma right over the phone, but that's just the way it is. Never going to change in South Florida, is it? No. So we do the best we can. Try to satisfy everybody, that's all. And we seem to be doing okay because the money keeps rolling in and the checks keep clearing. Nice going over there, Beasleys. And by the way, it's safe to come down from the tree. That Skakel guy, he's back in jail. Well, I don't think he done it, I don't think he did it. I think he has to be like there have been enough Kennedy sacrifices already. That's not a good example.
No.
Let's see, what's all this stuff? Try My Thai gets $80,000 from Move. Try My Thai, one of Hollywood's landmark restaurants, plans to move from its well-known spot at 2003 Harrison Street, but customers won't have a problem finding the new one. It's only a block east.
What you didn't read on that fax is this little PS there at the bottom that said they suck.
Who sucks?
That restaurant. Their food sucks, and he's right.
Oh, it sucks? Try My Thai?
Yeah.
Don't try My Thai. Well, anyway, the city's downtown community redevelopment, the commissioners voted to give them $80,000 to help with construction costs, a kitchen renovation, and improvements to the restaurant's outdoor. Well, that's nice. How do you like that?
I don't.
So the guy who faxed me that note's got a good point. That is that governments are subsidizing private enterprise, which is a bunch of bullcrap in a case like this. A totally privately owned business, and which has nothing to do with the common good or the public good or anything like that. The guy's in business. Oh, here's $80,000. Put a new sign up and spiffy up the restaurant and do all this other. Maybe the food will get better, George. What do you think?
No.
1027 at 560 WQM. If you're looking to replace that tired old carpeting in your home, let me tell you about Laminates R Us. This is the easy, low-maintenance alternative to expensive natural wood flooring. Laminates R Us is the best place to find laminated wood flooring from the top names in the universe. Parador, Pergo, Wilsonard, Unifloor, Quickstep, and all of Laminates R Us flooring is installed by Pergo-certified installers who know what they're doing. Here's another reason to be called Laminates R Us. Their prices will floor you. Right now, get their fall special for just $1,495. Just $1,495 for up to 295 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring. It's unreal. And Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer. Free in-home estimate. Call Laminates R Us toll-free. The reason I'm stumbling here is I'm looking for anything new in this copy because they sent this to me like a little while ago. There's not one word changed in this piece of copy. Whose account is this? Is this Adam?
Yes.
There's not one single solitary word
I think there's one
changed.
word.
What is it?
I don't know.
Anyway, Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer. If you'd like a free in-home estimate, call them toll-free at 1-877-777-3336. And don't forget to tell them that it's starting to rub off on Adam even now. What could be easier? Free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call Laminates R Us today toll-free and tell them that Adam told you to call 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
DAYSUCKS. I can't believe I'm the winner. I am the winner. Well, it wasn't even close. I terminated for a great Davis. The people didn't seem to care. I grabbed the boobies. I'm the little miss. California has spoken. I'm the winner. Lots of women said I fondled them. In all, it was like 33. But I don't care, and the voters don't care, because now I'm the new governor of the California GOP. Well, I used all of my muscle, and I used all of my sex appeal. I'm very hot. I guess the voters didn't care that I made all those big mouth hoochies squeal. Well, if you're honest with the public and you tell them you had a fondle spree, trust me, they'll forgive you like they did me and elect you to the GOP. There's a key change in the song. Bustamante, little fat man, Super Mario brother, never had a prayer. Terrible. The voters thought about him naked in his little Pac-Man underwear. Little teeny tiny holes. I'm the victor, I'm the winner, and my hot wife is a Kennedy. And now I'm the new governor of the California GOP.
10:34. I love the way that ends. 10:34 at 560 WQM. By the way, this just in. Some of you may have to change your travel plans. The State Department has just issued a new Iraq travel warning.
Oh, no.
You ready for that?
I hope I can get my money back on the ticket.
Change your travel plans. The State Department says. I mean, it just, between Arnold and all of this stuff, you just have to wonder, is there any hope whatsoever?
No. I guess we must be really winning now after this latest attack.
Oh, and listen, with 19 Americans killed yesterday, including 16 soldiers, we must really be on the verge of a massive victory, don't you think?
Yes.
This must be a really good sign.
It's almost over.
Yeah, just like George Orwell in 1984, good is bad, bad is good. Keep it in mind. Anyway, here's today's poll to try to get you out of your doldrums, okay? I know that everybody's very depressed in South Florida.
Yes.
Too bad. What person does this best describe someone who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap? Could be an athlete, an actor, politician, anybody, any well-known person. What person does this best describe someone who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap? I put down, we got 4 on here so far. I put down Eric Lindros, which if you're not a hockey fan, you have no idea who he is. If you know anything about hockey, you know that he used to be great and now, you know what he is, Scott?
A piece of crap.
A real piece of crap. Liz Taylor, she used to be great. Remember those days?
Sure.
It's a long time ago. She was a great actress. Everybody loved Liz Taylor. They admired her. And then she turned out to be a fat old drunk. Michael Jackson. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, yeah, we loved his music. We loved Bad. And we loved all that good stuff. And then he turned out to be a prevert and a lunatic.
Yeah.
And O.J. Simpson, who we thought nobody didn't like O.J. back in his football days. And he was in all them bad movies and running through the damn airport with his It Only Hurts. That's what he told Nicole and Ron. It only hurts for a little while. So we got Eric Lindros, Liz Taylor, Michael Jackson, and O.J. Simpson to start out what ought to be a very impressive list, I would think.
I got another possible one. I have to take your word for it that he used to be great.
Yeah.
Don Imus?
Don Imus is excellent. That's very good. He did used to be great. Well, you've heard Freeway and Spigot. Well, that's just one little example of the great humor he used to pump out when he was alive. I mean, it's tough to be great when you're dead.
Oh, some
and
people
when you have your
off.
brother on 15 times a day, man, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not jealous of too many people, but I really am in awe. I'm in shock and awe of the I-Man. It's just, this is a dead man in a chair with a stupid-ass cowboy hat on who sits there and they all fall on, oh, yes, I-Man, you're right, I-Man, you know, especially that news guy, whatever the hell his name is. And he mumbled.
Into my chest.
Yeah, he makes Tom Brokaw sound like the great enunciator. Man. 3 L.A. prep school students made sex video officials say, and of course on this show we want to know one thing, when
Where?
can we see it?
Where do we send our money?
The teens who allegedly distributed on the Sepulveda Pass campus have been expelled. Damn it, I thought they should give them, at least take a look at it first. And no, don't you think? Then we'll decide.
Have a review, a formal inquiry.
Then we'll decide. Maybe they have a budding career in store.
You could have an inquiry.
An inquiry? 3 high school students, a sophomore girl, and 2 junior boys have been expelled from an exclusive prep school in the Sepulveda Pass in L.A. for allegedly making a sexually explicit video and distributing it on school grounds. The trio made the video last spring when the girl was still a freshman. I wonder if she was a true freshman. Said Rennie Rubel, head of the Milken Community High School, which is affiliated with the Stephen S. Wise Temple. Oh, no, not you kids. Oh, Yvette, well, at least we know they were circumspect. She said none of the 3 had records of disciplinary problems. Maybe they were just horny. Parents and officials did not know that the video existed until one student told his parents about seeing a copy of it 10 days ago, Rubel said. Rubel, who did not release the students' names or ages, said 2 of the students in the video seemed not to know that the recording would be shown to anyone outside of a close circle jerk of friends. They thought they were just doing it for fun, Rubel said, and it showed up in school. Damn it. While only a few students admitted to have seen the video, Rubel said most students said they had heard about it. And when could they see it? Parents said they and their children were upset at the revelations. One parent who asked not to be named said her son had shied away from telling her much about the film because he knew I would be horrified. Oh, don't tell me this is one of those one in the pink and one in the stink videos.
Rotisserie.
Parents said they and their children were upset at that old 2-headed monster. Parents said they and their children were upset at the revelations. Like I told you before the show, Roy Foster said that big, gigantic black instrument that's laying around the studio there is a weapon of ass destruction. One parent who asked not to be named said her son had shied away. I just read that. Rubel said she hadn't seen the recording and relied on other students to identify the teenagers who were allegedly involved. All known copies have been destroyed. She said, oh, that's what they always say. Oops, here's another one. All known copies have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Likely story.
What about those unknown copies?
Parents expressed confidence the administration handled the incident appropriately. I have so much respect for the school administration, said Jessica Satcher, whose son Danny is acquainted with the students who were involved. He said they were hung like a moose. Counselors and experts will be invited to speak with students at the school in coming weeks to discuss issues involving sex and relationships. Rubel said she was worried the students were simply mimicking what they see on TV, there you go again, without the benefit of an adult understanding of what effect their actions might have on their dignity. The students understand this is not acceptable, but they think it's relatively harmless. Well, there you go. And maybe it was relatively harmless, you know what?
Were any animals harmed in the filming of this picture?
No.
All right, then.
Was there any blood and guts and anybody is snuffed off?
No.
Yeah. Maybe somebody got off, but nobody was snuffed off. So there you go. Again, America getting all bent out of shape about a bunch of kids just trying to have a good time. We will be putting the locations where we can get copies of the tape on our website.
Right.
Boy, can you imagine? Can you imagine the action we'd have on there? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. What person does this best describe? Somebody who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Okay.
How do you keep a horny Rottweiler from humping your leg?
Playbone.
Playbone?
That's right. Playbone, the magazine for dogs. And our magazine just isn't about hot bitches and heat either. Like her? That's Fifi, the sexy shaved poodle from Lincoln Heights, Illinois. But you'll also get lots of great tips like wiping your butt on the carpet, eat grass and puke if you have an upset stomach, how to lick yourself for cleanliness and pleasure, how not to get caught on Master's couch, hot scoops, or where to poop where it won't be found for a few days, leg lifts, good exercise, and a way to mark your territory with whiz, bestiality, the story of the Bad Master.
You like it, Bobo?
Easy, fella. Get your paws off mine and get your own.
Bad Bobo.
Playbone. Finally, a magazine for your best friend, your dog.
Let me see those bitches and yeet.
Check out the centerfold. He's going on my magazine.
Bad Bobo. No, bad Bobo.
1044 at 560 WQM. This is a pretty good article, this thing about talk without dittos.
Yeah, you're in it.
By Jove Parrish, a Seattle writer. This was in the Progressive Report, thanks to whoever faxed this in. Talk without dittos. In other words, no ditto heads. I'm not going to read it, but it's just about the fact, which we all know, that talk radio is dominated by right-wing lunatics, by Rush and about Ollie North and G. Gordon Liddy and all the other right-wing assholes, Sean Hannity. And it says, just one paragraph, with a handful of exceptions, such talk radio, meaning liberal talk radio, essentially doesn't at present exist, and talks about this wealthy Chicago company that wants to put $10 million bucks up. You follow what I just said?
No.
Good. Anyway, proposed national network for left-of-center commercial talk radio. They haven't called us yet, have they?
No.
Hey, when these people call Scott, then you can call me, okay? Don't call me when some asshole's got an author with a book that wants to put on a show. Jesus. And Norm, stop calling here, you jackass. God damn it. It says, with a handful of exceptions, liberal talk radio essentially doesn't at present exist. It's hard not to notice this aspect of modern American media. Not so much of a void as a black hole. That's what, what's his name said?
Roy!
He said he's got a good one. There's no widely heard syndicated national liberal talk at all on commercial stations. Only a handful of liberal hosts, Neil Rogers in Miami, Bernie Ward and Ray Talaferro in San Francisco, Mike Webb in Seattle at the local level. Even then, such hosts are buried on largely conservative stations, sort of like playing country music all day, and then throwing in the Stones or 50 Cent at night and hoping for good ratings. And that's a good point. Even though this isn't a political topical station, you got sports crap all day long, and then they throw in a liberal old Jew fag for good ratings, which they get, and gooses up the whole station. So thanks again, whoever sent this article, because actually I got like a little recognition there. There you go, Norm. Basically what it's saying is that everybody else is syndicated except for these left-wing commie pinko bastards, like your client Neil. Hey, Norm, don't call here ever again. Here's an obvious one for the poll today, and how could we have missed it? You know what?
Are you sure?
Positive. Phil Henry.
Right.
Used to be great, but now has turned into a real piece of crap, and you are absolutely correct, whoever faxed that in. What a shame. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
I had a question for you and a nominee for that poll. The question
yes, sir?
is, where can I get a copy of that Miami Dolphins song you played earlier?
Can't.
Best of Neil.
It's on the Best of Neil?
This year, yes, sir.
Oh, it's on this year's?
You know it.
All right, there you go.
I'd read all of this just to make room for it.
Go right to our website, neilrogers.com, and you can buy a Best of Neil right there, and it's on it.
Okay, cool. I'd like to nominate Pat Riley for that list.
Pat Riley used to be great. Now he's a real piece of crap, but he's still got nice hair.
Yeah, he does.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
See you. Pat Riley. How they've turned on Pat. At least Pat listened to the show. He's the only sports-type figure in all of South Florida. Well, no, I mean, not the only one. Ray Hudson, remember his team?
Sure.
Ray Hudson's good. He loves the show. And we had Ray Whitney. Anybody named Ray, they like the show. Everybody else, and Paul Laws. Remember the Lawser?
No.
Well, I'm sure that Scott remembers Paul Laws.
Hell no.
You don't remember Paul Laws?
From where?
From the Florida Panthers. You're some hockey fan, man. You wouldn't know. You and your buddy Scott, man. Between the two of you, you wouldn't know a hockey puck if they stuffed up your intestines.
I've been suffering with the Rangers for years.
Oh, cut the crap already, will you? By the way, they're not going to make the playoffs again this year either, the Rangers. It's just amazing to me. Talk about flushing money down the toilet. And speaking of money, George tells me $37,295 is still our total for abandoned pet rescue with our Best of Neil stuff, and we didn't get a dime on our website over the weekend. We had tremendous, maybe a record-breaking number of hits on the website over the weekend, but did we get a dime, one purchase?
No.
Nothing.
They just
for our
take.
Best of Neil. What?
They use, they take, they don't give.
Yeah, what kind of crap is that? That sounds like a communist bunch of crap to me.
The products are great.
The products
discs,
are great.
mugs,
the CD is great, which this guy just
t-shirts.
asked for something he likes, and bing, there it is, it's on there. The Mo Howard David and keychain, whether you like him or not. In fact, the less you like him, the more you want to have it, right?
That's
sure.
Absolutely.
And we got all this other stuff on there. We got cups and saucers and flying saucers, whatever the hell you want. Carvel
Coasters.
flying saucers. God damn it. Royal family out of touch, says the poll in London. 8 out of 10 Britons aged 16 to 24 believe the royal family is out of touch and overprivileged, but good for the tourist industry, a British poll found. I love it. The ICM poll for the News of the World published yesterday surveyed about 500 young people by telephone. The margin of error there. Although 81% thought the royal family was good for tourism, nearly 60% said they wouldn't cross the road to see the Queen if she came to visit their town. If I cross the road, I see a lot of queens. In fact, I don't even have to cross the road. I can just look in the mirror. Only 10% thought the royals were important to their life, but 79% thought they were good for charities, and 71% believed they gave Britain prestige abroad. No, you're wrong about that. All they do is make us laugh that much more at how silly you people are. Asked which royal said good examples, 88% named Prince William. The Queen scored 69%, and Prince Harry and Princess Anne, 68%. Prince Charles was at 55% because he's a philanderer, and because Camilla Parker Bowles is ugly as dog poop.
She does?
She poops like a dog. The poll, she squats. The poll was conducted in late October, just days after a tell-all memoir, we know that, by Paul Burrell. Michael Mayo's got this great column. I'm going to read it, but I guess I'll take some calls first because we want to build up some names on the poll. We got Phil Henry and Pat Riley added to the original list. Here's a call from Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hollywood, Florida. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
And also Dennis Miller.
That's it. One per customer, not and also, okay? My old friend.
When was he great?
He remembers Jack Johnson.
No, seriously. He remembers Jack Dempsey.
Probably.
And Gene Tunney. And Max Schmeling. In fact, this guy's probably not Schmeling too good at this point of his life. I don't think we're going to put Mike Tyson on there. He was never great at anything. He was never a great boxer. He was never a great anything. He was certainly never a great person. He was always a scumbag. He proved the old adage, once a scumbag, always a scumbag.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Well, I guess I better vote on this, okay? I'm voting for Eric Lindros, being the big hockey fan that I am, because I was thinking about that yesterday. He used to be, so great in his early season with the Flyers after they got him after he refused to go play with the Quebec Nordic, which proved that he was a dick because he's just a real, and his parents, man, oh, geez, who would want to put up with them? Never sign anybody whose parents are his agent, right?
Like Todd Marinovich's dad.
What?
Like Todd Marinovich's dad.
Todd Marinovich?
Yeah, he was the kid who was raised to be a quarterback from day one.
No, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I never knew that. How about Pete Stoyanovich? Who's the basketball player who's dead who played for LSU? Pete Maravich, right? What did he die from? Do you don't remember Pete Maravich?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete Maravich. He's dead. I don't remember from what.
Whoa.
What? I don't think so. Which person does this describe the best? Someone who used to be great but now is a piece of crap. OJ has got 11. Now, you see, now, he's going to win it now. That was George's fault. You put him on there.
Sorry.
But you're right. No, you're right. Everybody loved OJ. And now everybody with a brain hates him because he murdered 2 people and he's a scumbag and a liar and all the other stories. Every time you turn around, there's OJ in trouble again.
I didn't vote for him.
No, I didn't either. I voted for Eric Lindros. I'm the one vote. 24 votes. OJ's got 11. Phil Henry's 6. Phil Henry's got 6.
Okay.
Michael Jackson 4. Liz Taylor 1. Eric Lindros 1. Pat Riley 1. Oh, Howard Stern. Now, who put Howard Stern on there? We never even mentioned him.
Oh, it's on your fax machine now.
What do you mean?
I'm just working ahead. I already
He used to be great, and now he's a piece of crap?
That's what I heard.
Why do you say now he's a piece of crap? What does
that
mean?
faxer said. I just faxed it to you.
Well, that doesn't mean we're going to put it on just because some faxer said we discussed these things first, and right off the bat, you're sending them off to Eric there.
I think
maybe
ahead.
he used to be great, but I can't remember when that was. No, seriously, I don't want Howard Stern on there. He's not a piece of crap.
I think
we
he's
don't
a
like
piece
his
of crap.
show. I don't listen to his show, and you don't like it. But that doesn't mean he's a piece of crap. He sure kicks everybody else's ass in just about every market he's in, whether you like him or not.
I think he's a piece of crap.
Well, I don't care what you think. You already got your one vote. You got OJ, man. Maybe we could introduce Howard to OJ.
Okay. Let's give OJ a blonde wig.
That might solve your problem. Oh, here's the facts. Craig in Miami says Howard Stern used to be great. Now he's marginal at best. But it doesn't say now he's a piece of crap. I can't go along with that. Get him off of there, Eric, and don't pay any attention to what George says unless you hear me say it. Unless I articulate it and enunciate it. Kind of like Don Imus, who enunciated a little like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bit my tongue, which makes it going to make me talk like Imus today. Maybe I can make that kind of money. Here's the Mike Mayo column. Let Miami take the Marlins' foolish bait. No, it's too long. I'll do it after the top of the hour because we got all these commercials, you know. We got commercials and commercials, like Herb Golub used to say from her beds. Hey, Neil, what's wrong with my commercials? Oh, boy. I'm going to write that book you were talking about. You know, in fact, I got several books I'm working on right now.
Get going.
All right. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello there.
How about a local guy in sports? I'm surprised no one has called about him, Wayne Huizenga.
Well, when did? Oh no, you're right. I was going to say when was he great, but in the beginning, you're right.
He
we thought he was.
I mean, look at he brought hockey to us. I mean, anyone that can bring hockey down here has to be a hero in my book.
We thought he was Santa Claus.
He
was bringing everything to South Florida.
And
Baseball,
look what he did with
hockey.
the Marlins.
Right.
I mean, the best to the worst. I mean, I'm a huge hockey fan. I see you at the games all the time, and I
we love those Panthers.
And you happen to be much nicer in person than you are on the radio.
Well, this is just a radio
show. But I don't want
to
tell anyone that. I don't want to spoil
it's just
their
a radio
innocence.
show. I keep telling them that. It's just a radio show. I happen to be a swell guy.
You're a sweetheart. As a matter of fact, you might be too nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll try being nastier next time I come to a game.
Okay. All right. I don't want to keep you. There's so many more folks that want to get on your show, but I enjoy it very much.
Excellent choice. Thanks, sweetheart. Have a great day.
All right. Bye.
Go Panthers, go Leafs, go Panthers. Penguins will be here in Toronto tomorrow night. Anybody go to that game?
No.
Now, there'll be the 18-8. There'll be 19,000 in some standing room only. Mario, I don't think he's going to be playing. He's injured.
Again.
Well, kind of like Nick Anthropov. He's professionally injured all the time, but he sure looks pretty good. 10:56 at 560 QAM.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
David's a bitch.
Are you suffering from clinical depression? Life just not what it used to be. Spending your evenings with your mouth wide open, watching reality shows. Too much of a sport hole to think about getting laid. Is that what's got you down, Bunky? Well, get a new lease on life at the Dr. Mo Howard David Depression Clinic. Dr. Mo Howard David is bored, yet certifiable, and is here to make your pathetic life worth living again.
All right, Sensac, what's your beef?
I'm depressed, Doc.
Yeah, I know that, you moron.
No!
That's why you're here, ain't it? Why, I'll have you know I cured many famous patients.
Yeah, like who?
Well, Ray Combs, Karen Carpenter. Hey, I'm a doctor, not a chef. Now give me $50 and get the f*** out of here.
Hey, I came here to...
What, do you think I'm a f***ing people person? Scram!
Visit the Dr. Mo Howard David Depression Clinic today and receive a complimentary single-edged razor blade.
Dr. Mo Howard David, want you to die.
Absolutely.
11:01 at 560 WQM. The Mad Dog comes back to work today. It's about freaking time.
All right.
At 2 o'clock, 2 to 4 this afternoon. Too much off time, man. Talk about taking a good thing and really stretching it, you know what I mean?
No,
Humper B at Chula's 4 to 7. We got the Ricky Williams show at the Cleveland tonight, 7 to 8 o'clock. That should be like a awake.
Oi!
And then you got, speaking of awake, 8 to 10, the big Eddie K at 10, and Joe and Mark overnight, 2 to 5 a.m. And then we started all over again with the Momeister and Geldy, and then Pharrell 8 to 10. There's the schedule for you. Write it down. Put it on your arm like in Memento. Write it all over your body. 61 votes. What person does this best describe? Somebody who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap. OJ's got, how many's he got?
About 30, man.
Exactly. Phil Henry, 14.
Are you sure?
Michael Jackson, 10. Eric Lindros, 3. There we go. We got a few sports people there, hockey people. Pat Riley, a pair. Liz Taylor, 2. None yet for Don Imus or H. Wayne Huizenga. Come on. She had a good choice there. Maybe he just went on, you think? I got another one for you.
That
used to be great, not just because he would write about me, but because he actually paid attention to what was happening in the local market and about radio, and now he's a real piece of crap. Tom Jicka.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good choice. He just got lazy. He doesn't care. He writes all these puff pieces about network TV shows, and basically that's all he writes. And whether his ass is sitting there or on one of his highly paid and dined and wined press tours in L.A., wherever the hell he is, he's always out of touch with the local market because he doesn't write anything about it, other than Rick Sanchez is coming back on the air. And don't put him on there because even before he hit that guy at the stadium who's still dead, he was never great, Rick Sanchez.
No.
Unless you ask Tom. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody took mine, but Pat Riley. But I got another one, the complete sellout, Colin Powell.
Colin Powell is good. A very good choice.
Yeah. But I got to get back to work, man. Just one more thing. Let me see your anteater.
Oh, don't say that to Condoleezza, then we'll have all kinds of problems again. No. Condoleezza don't have no anteater.
No, it's an aardvark.
No, I think she's got like a penis. I really do. I think Condoleezza's got a bigger one than Presidente. She has an aardvark with a penis. And, of course, Ann Coulter, she's got a gigantic strap-on that makes pale into insignificance. Big black one. 567. I got to read the, hang on a second on the phones. Mike Mayo. Nice going, Michael Mayo, because I know he listened to this show. Take a little advice from me. Don't wait all year to write this column, and he wrote it today. See? Or yesterday. Whenever the hell it was. Let Miami take the Marlins' foolish bait, is what he says. Marlins mania and all, World Series champions or not, let me reiterate for the 1000th time how morally repugnant it is for public money to go toward the private enrichment of millionaire athletes and mega-millionaire owners. That said, let me repeat my mantra when it comes to the suckers in Miami-Dade and new Marlins Stadium. If they're buying, I'm driving. Except if they're serious about an Orange Bowl site, which is only a masochist could love, then my mantra will be, pass the chips and the remote, please. If the politicians and populace to the south are vain enough to fall hook, line, and sinker for this latest fish pitch, willing to give away the store just to see the team renamed Miami Marlins, by all means, they should build it. Better them than us. Broward fans might want a new stadium closer to home, but there's little political will for it. For once, we can be proud of our elected officials. While Miami-Dade leaders were busy cozying up to the Marlins and basking in the reflected glory of an improbable title run, ours thankfully stayed at a chilly distance. Maybe we should call them the Miami-Dade Marlins. This might have something to do with the way the county's last euphoria-filled sports deal went when Broward gleefully financed the Panthers' $185 million hockey arena in Sunrise during the team's run to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1996. Seems like a lifetime ago. Public funds pay for 69, there's that number again, 69% of the arena's $14.5 million annual debt repayment. $8 million comes from a hotel bed tax, $2 million from the state sales tax rebate. The team's $4.5 million share comes from arena revenues. Meanwhile, 5 years into the 30-year deal, the Panthers have gotten to keep 99.4% of the $54 million profit generated by the arena. So much for a public-private partnership as the deal was touted. And just look at where it's gotten the team. Even with this golden goose, the Panthers stink, their attendance stinks, and they're hemorrhaging cash. How does this translate for the Marlins? Buyer beware. New stadiums might be good for subsidizing wealthy owners and players in sports that have insane economics, but they don't guarantee long-term success in the stands or the standings. Just ask the Heat, or the Panthers, or the baseball teams that have not been magically transformed by glittery new surroundings, Detroit, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and so on. So it's hilarious how the Miami politicians can't accommodate the team fast enough. Meanwhile, this latest plans has more holes than a fishnet. Forget the fanciful numbers being thrown around, and let's talk reality. The Marlins want a retractable roof stadium, which will likely cost $400 million, and I'd like a home on Star Island, but I don't expect anyone else to pay for it. The Marlins are pledging future revenues to partly fund the construction. In return, they expect virtually all the profits. It's just like the Panthers deal, only with bigger numbers and more question marks. The debt repayment on a bond issue for $400 million would be roughly $30 million a year for 30 years. At this point, the parties haven't specified where most of the money would come from, although the usual targets would be hit hotel bed taxes, state sales tax rebate. Expect the politicians to pull a fast one, especially with Dade sitting on a surplus from its county sales tax. That money is supposed to go to transportation and roads. Don't be surprised if the commission magically labels the stadium a mass transit vehicle because it has escalators and a moving roof. In a perfect world, the Marlins would build their own stadium. In a reasonable world, everyone could pitch in to build a modest stadium in a logical location. In this world, we have underpaid teachers, students sitting in portables, and lame-brained politicians eager to siphon public money to those who need it the least. Meanwhile, when someone asks Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig why the league doesn't have a central stadium fund, he says, "We're not in the construction business. Why should we be? Miami Marlins never sounded so good," says Mike Mayo. Mike, nice going. We take it all back. Oh! Come back home. It's safe. Okay, the coast is clear. Good article. Great article.
Yeah.
Huh? And he didn't waste all the time. He didn't take weeks and weeks and weeks and kind of let the dust clear so it would be politically acceptable to write it. He took less than a week after his fawning column from last Tuesday, whatever the hell day it was. Nice going, Mike Mayo. There's one good Jewish boy. Old Hulda Mayo. Moskowitz, whatever the hell his name is. Okay. So there's a little reading for you. I've got a lot of stuff here. Website porn attracts women by the millions. Black support for Miriam Elephant is crumbling.
All right.
Some good news. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you today?
Pretty good, sir.
How about for your poll from blow away all those people in Charlton Heston?
Charlton Heston is excellent. And your phone sucks, but Charlton Heston is good. Thank you, sir. Well, I can't help it. He had a crappy phone. He meant well, and he had a good choice, right? Chuck Heston?
You son of a bitch.
Nobody didn't like Chuck Heston. I mean, after all, he was like Moses and God and Jesus and Abraham and Saul and
you son of a
Sarah
bitch.
and all those people, huh? And now he's a gun-toting nut. And if you watch Bowling for Columbine, you'll have to watch that interview with him at least many, many times.
About 30, man.
Because you'll be squeezing yourself every time you watch it. And then when he gets up and I wasn't going to say walks away, he shuttles away. Huh? He shuffles. He does the old South Beach shuffles. And just shuffles away and tries to run and hide. And Michael Moore is following him. But what about this little girl? Yeah. Just like all the people who are dying every day. I want to say it again in Iraq. 19 Americans dead yesterday. 16 soldiers who thought they were going home for a little R&R. And guess what? They're coming home all right in a box. Where's the anger? Where's the outcry? Is it going to take years and years like in Vietnam all over again?
Yes.
Because the public is being buffaloed by the gutless media? And by the slimy Democrats, who, except for Howard Dean, most of them don't really have the balls. Although now, of course, it's becoming politically correct. Now they're starting to open up a mouth. Gebhard and Kerry and some of the others. How could this be going on? And Wes Clark, who now claims he was against it all along. Howard Dean's only the one guy with the balls. I'll tell you that right now. Is he perfect? No. Is there any of them perfect?
No.
No. Howard Dean be the man. Here's a call from Newport, Virginia. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
How you doing?
Hey, I don't know if you consider him great, but I used to enjoy his show on HBO, but now he's a right-wing whore and a piece of crap. Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller used to be okay.
Right.
And now you're right. Now he's more than a piece of crap. I see him, I get annoyed. I get outraged.
Yeah, he's a sad case now, but that's my contribution. Thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot, Pally, and have a great day. Dennis Miller, I wouldn't say he was great, but I mean, when we say he used to be great, he was good. There were people who liked him. Yeah, he was okay. He was an okay stand-up comic, and now he's a piece of crap. Now he's just a shill for every anti-human, right-wing piece of smegma man for peace of Mung. In the new poll, by the way, for the first time, a slight majority, over 51% of the American public says, we don't like the way Bush is doing Iraq. We're not too happy. And that poll was taken before the 19 people died yesterday. I hate to say it, but we're in a quagmire, man. There ain't no easy way out. There may be no way out, period.
Oh,
and Tariq Aziz says in the interview, I should also point out, that guess what? Just like all the Iraqi scientists said, there never were any weapons of mass destruction. We didn't have nothing. And Saddam was lying and posturing as usual to try to embolden his influence in the Arab world and get everybody else intimidated and puff himself up. But they didn't have crap no more.
No.
How do you like that? They wanted it, but they didn't have it.
No.
But they have these shoulder-propelled rockets now.
Right.
As you saw yesterday, when they had not one but two to take out that helicopter. And they got, by the way, thousands of those.
Yeah, cheap and
thousands.
common.
Right. Sure makes you feel real good every time you hop aboard a plane, a commercial jet, at an airport anywhere in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already know that they are hoping and praying and trying. They've tried it. Where was it? They tried it in Saudi Arabia, right, a few months ago?
Okay.
And missed? Oops. Saudi Arabia, that's our good friends, the Bin Ladens and the Saudis, who have those public executions where they chop people's head off in public. Thank goodness they're not barbaric like the Taliban.
Wish we could get that kind of coverage over here.
Those evildoers, the Taliban. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQM. Hey, it won't be long now before all the relatives come down for the holidays. Or maybe your parents are coming down to stay for the winter. Oi. In either case, if you need a new mattress, then do what everybody at QAM has done. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. That's the number 4, Dial a Mattress. The mattress industry is full of phony claims, shell games, BS artists. At Dial a Mattress, no false promises, no bait and switch, just discount prices every day on the great brand names that you know and trust and love, now including Stearns and Bananas Foster. When you call Dial a Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS, you still get to pick the day and time for delivery within any 2-hour window, 7 days a week from 8 in the morning till 10 at night, which means like between noon and 2, 1 and 3, whenever it's convenient for you. And guess what? They actually show up. I've been sleeping on a mattress from Dial a Mattress for years. My back is doing great, and you ought to be doing the same. Honest sale prices, fantastic service, everyday low prices, same-day delivery, and free setup and removal. It's easy to see why Dial a Mattress is ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. So don't get fooled. Don't get sucked in by these so-called giants in the mattress industry or furniture stores. They can't match what you get every day from Dial a Mattress. So instead of helping pay for somebody's big overhead, pick up the phone right now and call 1-800-MATTRESS. I've called him. George is using him. Miguel, Boca Brian, even Fat Boy. I had to give him the extra king and queen. You need to call him right now, too. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. 1-800-MATTRES, or online, mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Yes.
O.J. got away with murdering his woman and her white and Jewish friend. Now we hear him say he's thinking about moving to Miami where he thinks he'll blend in.
Oi!
Go back! Go back!
Yes.
Go back to hell where you belong. Go back! Go back! Go back to hell where you belong. Go back, O.J.
We be going to a next call on Fuga Talk Radio.
Yeah, get off the air, you murdering asshole!
What'd you say to me, you white motherfucker? I killed your ass. I've been stabbing your white ass. It wouldn't be the first time I got away with it.
Go back! Go back to hell where you belong. Go back!
I'd like to thank everybody for welcoming me to their neighborhood.
It's all the Kendall Killer. I like that. It's 11:17 at 560 WQM. You know, we need to do a runoff one day, just like for an hour. Let's do it tomorrow morning at the beginning of the show.
Runoff.
We'll do a runoff, vote, a poll between OJ and Mo Howard David.
Okay.
Don't you think that's a good one?
Sure.
Because they both are so universally despised and reviled by the people of South Florida. I think that could be a good battle, neck and neck, nose to nose, like affirmed in Alley Dart.
Ooh, and GW, though.
No. Well,
this crowd hates him.
No kidding. No Schmidt. Oh, and speaking of that, there was Rumsfeld making the tour yesterday. They preserved my image and try to polish it up a little bit, the Rumsfeld tour on all the talking head shows. And what does he say about the incident yesterday? The incident about the all the bloodshed? He says, oh, well, we're in a war and these things will happen.
Schmidt happens.
That was a really very, very sympathetic and a very empathetic kind of a thing for him to say, since his lily white goddamn ass not only isn't over there, but never the hell was over there in combat. And they're showing it again on CNN, the guy who shot his lawyer because he was pissed off, the lawyer hiding behind the tree. That was, and the amazing part, that was in the courthouse where the Robert Blake hearing was going on. How do you like that?
And they didn't even pause.
No, they just kept on going. Oh, shooting? Tell us when something real exciting happens. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
For you, back in 1998, when I first used to start listening to you, was great, and now it seems like...
Yeah, this is the Chronic guy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Get lost. Get a life, okay? Get a life. Yeah, now it seems like you're only listening and calling every single day. What we have here is a failure to educate. That's what we have. A real moron, okay? You already had a chance to bash me all weekend long. I can take it, but that, used to be great, now a piece of crap. See, it doesn't make any sense, because if I'm a piece of crap and you're listening, then it's a really sad commentary about you and your lack of education, your lack of common sense, your lack of being able to reach over and find the goddamn dial to get your hand on that knob.
Listening and calling.
Yeah, listening and calling. Every single goddamn day, over and over and over again. Like this show is your own personal play to it. See, this is the problem with the Chronics. Some of them may be a little amusing at times. It adds a little spice to the show. But there are some of them who think, like your friend Reverend Jones and a couple of others, that this radio show is their own personal little play toy. Just like that little group of Circle Jerk Julios, the ones I'm talking about, who discovered the show when we came to QAM. And all of us said, well, it's my responsibility to put on a show for my friends, for my amigos.
Yeah.
But
it's their intercom system.
Right. That's right. Their own little personal play toy. And they're sitting there with the radio cranked up real loud, and they're playing with it. God. Get a life, you crazy Schwarzer, you. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir. That was probably OJ's boyfriend. Yes, sir.
Neil, I'm going to be traveling on Wednesday, so I wanted to wish you, first of all, an early happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And actually had my initial instinct for the nomination for the poll was Brock Berlin, but then I realized he was never great. So my actual nomination is Pete Rose.
Oh, that's good. That is really excellent.
Oh, I mean, he was Mr. Baseball. I mean, Charlie Hustle, the whole thing. I mean, he was the whole package.
And now he is Mr. Piece of Crap. You're right.
Oh, he's the most sour, bitter man. I mean,
Plus, if you ever saw him at the racetrack, you'd wonder, does this man need some help? Did we need to Baker act this guy or what?
Oh, geez, but all right, thanks, Neil.
Thanks a lot, Pally. I just do want to say this, though, because Wednesday will be my 61st birthday, November 5, and you get to a certain point. I think 60 is a good point at which we stop saying happy birthday anymore. How about, like, my condolences, my commiseration? It's just not happy.
Crappy birthday.
Because, yeah, crappy birthday, I like that. Because, like my mother says to me the other day, oh, what can I get you for your birthday?
Coffin.
Yeah, how about a colostomy bag would be good, Mom? Oh, and listen to this. I want the entire audience to get the news. My brother, who's 9 years older than I am, so the math ain't too difficult.
Uh-huh.
He was in town visiting her for 4 days last week, okay?
Okay.
So my mother announces this to me on the phone the other day, very excitedly, and what does she have to tell me? That in the 4 days he was there, he only had a bowel movement the last day. I'm not making that up.
Oh, my God.
And I wonder if during all of his attempts to have a BM, I wonder if she was standing outside the door waiting to hear the old plop, plop, fizz, fizz, you know?
Yeah.
Like she used to do it. Oh, my God, I know you have irritable bowel because every time you do a BM, it splashes the water so loud. Now, this is a woman who claims to be like a little deaf. She's 90 years old plus.
Yeah. Maybe she
but
has
somehow
a
she must be standing with a glass. You know, a glass against the door,
right,
listening to hear those magical sounds of the goods hitting the water.
I think she's got the room wired.
So I think next time I call, I'm going to have to find out not only how would the quality and consistency of my brother's BM, but also did they float or did they sink, stuff like that. Nobody wants to hear about bowel movements, Mom. That's her claim to fame. My 90 Years of Constipation by Millie. Oh,
that's going to be a
God.
supplement to the book that you write, right?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, even coming from her, she's got to give me a report on my brother's bowel movement. Good God, lady. Get a life. Here's a call from Miami Lakes. Hello.
Hello,
Miami
Neil?
Lakes. Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
Not too much.
Hey, where are they going to do that Ricky Williams show? From a funeral home or what, man?
Yeah, it's going to be from one of those big ones.
Tell me about it. The guy I want to nominate, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis used to be great, and now he's a real fat-faced piece
now
of crap.
He's a real fat tub. I saw him the other day on Larry King. That guy was huge.
Yeah.
One more thing. We are so not blessed down here, Neil.
We are cursed. And have a great day. Levitt Weinstein, although I'm sure he's not Jewish. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Jerry Lewis is Jewish.
Yes.
See, this guy doesn't understand about his disease and the pills, the medication he's taken that made his head blow up. But he's still got an excellent point because we don't really. And then the guy that called last week about, well, he once met Jerry Lewis and he's a wonderful guy. Just out of nowhere, we were talking about something completely different, and he calls to give me a lecture about why do we rip Jerry Lewis? Because we don't like him. That's why. On this show, it's like one of those things. Oh, there's the guy again shooting his lawyer.
Caught his attention. He heard two loud bangs and realized they were way too loud for any kind of a car backfiring.
The thing that I love is that this guy who did the shooting,
never seen
he walks away, he puts the gun back in his jacket pocket, and he walks away like he's just going to be like that's it. Like okay, I've taken out my anger, I was pissed off, and that's it. You know, like nothing's going to happen.
I'm going to saunter off now.
And I love the flying tackle, man. The guy who came and tackled it. It was, if only the Dolphins could have done that yesterday at the right times, you know? Wow, that was impressive. And they're showing it for the 8 millionth time. They identify him as William Stryer.
Pocket. And remember, he had two guns in there, so it's such an ominous thing. And
it was ominous.
It was so close. I think we're watching.
Yeah, we're watching it for the 45 millionth time because now they got more video. And they're showing everybody running to the scene and yelling at him, you crazy bastard, and stuff like that. Because guns are the American effing way. Why should anybody be surprised? You get pissed off like that bit we've got, huh?
Sure.
Angry? Shoot somebody. Angry at your lawyer? Throw his crap away. Here's a call from Sunrise. Hello. Sunrise.
Hi, what's up, Neil?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All right. First of all, you're talking about those shoulder rocket launchers?
Right.
You can buy those in Walmart now.
Can you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right next to the Uzis.
Very funny. Listen, I was going to nominate you, but after that last chronic, I'm not going to nominate you. So I guess I'm out of material then.
Okay, you're out of material. Well, I'm not going to put you can bash me and Georgia, and we can handle it. But Christ almighty, it's stupid. I'm a piece of crap? I'm a piece of crap?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
You're better every day.
This show is fantastic. This show, on this end, I'll say it again. If I was doing a bad show, I'm not going to say I'd hang it up because I can't afford to. I need 50, 80 million. But seriously, I can't, I would know it. I would know it.
You'd feel it.
For considering it's going to be 61 on Wednesday, I'm still alive. I sound a hell of a lot younger than some people on this station.
Absolutely.
I don't want to mention no names with their stentorian voice who are sitting and pontificating to all you pipsqueaks out there how hip and cool they are with their lime green checkered pants. Stuff like that. Even though I'm a year and a half older than him, according to that phony driver's license he showed you, he probably got that at goddamn Walmart too, right next to the Uzis and the goddamn rocket launchers. You know what? He probably went out and got fake ID just so he could whip it out and show it to you in the tea room.
Well, if he
whipped it out and showed it to George in the tea room. He said it was no big deal. I'll tell you one thing, he's kind of young, if that's really his age, if he's like coming up 60, to be having a big bag like that. 20, and by the way, Izzy, speaking of that, don't call me here anymore, Izzy. Oh, brother, did I have phone calls here on Friday, all from people I didn't want to hear from. My good close friend Izzy, the handyman, who has no business having his phone number. My mother gave him the number because she felt like it. And Norma Kent, who just will not stop calling. And then, of course, Scott there, who tell me about some author that they want to plop on the show or send me a book. See, if it was really only they want to send me a book, do you really feel that you'd have to ask me can they send you the book? You see what I'm saying?
I just
erred
in judgment.
No, just say I'm dumb, okay?
I'm dumb.
Yeah, we know.
And
we
an
know
asshole.
Bro, you're an asshole and you're dumb, and so you fit into the show perfect. 27 past 11 at 560 WQM. Hey, speaking of underpaid and overworked people like asshole Scott, maybe a lot of you out there would like to get a new high-paying career. You just don't know how to do it, how to go about it. Maybe you don't have 4 years to waste on sitting around in college trying to get skills. If this sounds like you, here's an answer for you. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Fast Train can have you trained and certified for a high-paying computer network professional career or a high-paying medical computer specialist career in as little as 4 months. That's what it says here. You heard right. You can be fully trained and ready for your new career in as little as 4 months. Fast Train offers day, evening, and weekend classes. They've got job placement assistance waiting on you and financial aid to people who qualify. 6 convenient Florida locations, including 4 in South Florida, so there is bound to be. It just makes sense. The odds are pretty good. There's bound to be one close by you. So if you'd like to really change your life, get out of your dead-end job, tell your nasty-ass boss to kiss your ass, call Fast Train today, toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and check them out on the web at fasttrain.com. Tell them that Todd Schmeck told you to call 1-866-FAST. I was saying Greg because I thought it would be like a play on his name.
Yeah, I know.
And it is. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
MONDAYSUCKS. I thought I was prepared for everything, but I wasn't prepared for Jimmy to flush his sister's ragdoll down the toilet and then use a hammer and a screwdriver to fix the situation. Payday's not till next Friday, but we needed a new toilet yesterday.
I got a crap.
I've got a tinkle. We go pee-pee.
With check and go branches across the country, our cash advances can help you make it to your next payday.
I can't wait any longer.
Thanks to Check and Go, we once again can go.
I already went behind the couch.
I used the cat box. I made poo in the clothes dryer.
Check and Go.
Because payday is days away.
Hey, honey, I don't like the new fabric softener. It smells like crap.
11:32 at 560, 28 till noon at QM. That's for Mom, the crap specialist. What person does this best describe? Somebody who used to be great, but now is a real piece of crap. Boy, there's sure a lot of crap going on, you know what?
It's
Man,
all crap
there's
Monday.
crap everywhere you look. You can see it, you can smell it. A lot of crap going down in this government, I'll tell you that. And the public is going like that. OJ, 72, used to be great, now he's a piece of crap. They hate you, OJ. I know you listen to the show. You're not fooling nobody in between drug deals. Michael Jackson, 33. Phil Hendry, 25.
Are you sure?
They think so. Chuck Heston, 11. That was a good choice. Dennis Miller, 10. Wayne Hypinga's got 10. Eric Lindros, 8. Boy, can you believe that? There are 8 people in this audience even know who that is.
Wow.
Pat Riley, 7. Colin Powell, 7. Used to be great. Used to be that light-complected Schwarzer that we all admired and thought someday could be president. Now it turns out he's a total sellout. Total sellout, Colin. And your son's a piece of crap, too, at the FCC. Liz Taylor, 4. Tom Jicka, 3. Nice going, little Tommy. See, now somebody would say, well, that's only because he used to write all that good stuff about you. No, that's got nothing to do with it. He used to write good, bad, whatever it was. He used to cover local radio, local TV, something going on now he just writes prefabricated crap about reality shows and a lot of other crap on network TV. Don Imus, 1. Pete Rose and Jerry Lewis, together they have the big none yet. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Man, why don't you play something?
Yeah, play this. Go play with yourself. Here's, isn't it great, the ones that try to, be, copy some, we got the, imitation bridge tenders, we got the imitation I hate the bird guy.
Mm-hmm.
Get a life, man. God. I should read that fax again about the callers.
Yeah.
Here's a call from Miami. Buenos dias.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
I got one for your poll.
Yeah.
Tom Green.
Excellent. Very, very good. I love it.
That guy used to be hilarious. I don't know what happened with that guy.
MTV, like everything else MTV touches, they killed him.
Yeah, he had testicular Samson. They cut his testicles, and that was it.
I think that did it.
That did
okay,
it.
Thanks a lot, pal. Excellent. Who was that he was married to for about 10 minutes?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, that's right. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Tom Green is, I'll tell you one thing, we're getting excellent choices here.
Sure.
People who used to be great, but now, for whatever reason, they become a real living and breathing and smelling piece of crap. Here's a call. Now, see, Davey on 9, it doesn't compute with me, Scott. I could be wrong. How much you want to bet?
You're never wrong, Neil.
Wait a minute. Is there somebody at my door?
Maybe it's another home invasion.
Talk for like 10 seconds, okay? Because I'm gonna turn over the thing on my door so they don't open it this time.
All right. Tell me about Cheetah. That Cheetah appearance was really great. Outpouring of affection, hot babes. Joe gave me a Cohiba.
How was the food?
Food was great. Everyone.
Well, I guess it's the maid down the hall who's just making a lot of noise. Maybe the maid's getting done by the janitor out there or something. Hope you're enjoying it, honey. Now, what was I just doing before I got so rudely interrupted?
I don't know. I forgot. Radio show, maybe?
Radio show. What the hell are you talking about? What's a freaking radio show? How are we coming with that? Now, did anybody bring in that check for $7,000?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? No. Actually, it's only $2,705 will get us to $40,000. And I'm sure that between Greg and Scran and some of the other high rollers in that place who haven't donated a dime yet, I think Bandit Pet Rescue would be delighted to take their money since it's already November the 3rd. God. This is, I was just saying, line 9 and Davey sounds dubious. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a name for the poll.
Yeah.
Another local name, Paul Castronovo.
When was he great?
Well, before they started ripping off Rick and Suds every single day.
Now, he's been ripping off everybody every day. Thanks a lot, Pally, but the answer is no. People that used to be great. Was he ever great?
No.
No, he's still always the same rip-off piece of crap, never had an original idea in his mind. He had two bits. That's his claim to fame. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And what's the other one?
Shaving a haircut. 2 bits.
No, seriously, what was the other one? Oh, Sammy. Sammy Smith. That's right. That was his, No, that's not it. Is it?
No.
Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
not him.
But then there were 3, because he did 2 Sammy Smith bits.
Well, that wasn't
the
him.
Sammy Smith Tumbler.
Oh, that's not even in here.
Where the hell is it?
I
We
don't
got
know.
gremlins, I swear.
I don't know. Who the hell knows? I'll tell you what is in here, though.
We did it! We did it! We did it!
And we're still not going to build you the stadium, by the way.
We did it!
But congratulations, David. 5670560. Oh, but we want a winner. We want a winner. Look what happened to us this weekend. Now we're so cursed. We thought we were blessed. See, this is the way it works. It's the yin and the yang, the in and the out is what it is. You can't just, be champions with everything. World Series, championship, big ticker tape parades, and then this weekend comes along, and all of a sudden, for all the sports nerds down there, it's like a big fly opener, man. Like the Hurricanes, highly overrated. The Panthers stink the joint out, and like Mike Mayo said, look at all that money supposedly they were making. Where the hell did it go? Where's that $10 million they were going to get the free agents with when they blew Pavel out because he was such a bad, disruptive influence in the room? Oh, jeez. One thing about if you got a bridge to sell, if you got 80 million acres of great swampland in the Everglades to sell, South Florida is the perfect place to do it, man. It's the greatest con place in the universe. That's where all the old farts are. Every faker, every make-believe doctor who never went to school for 10 minutes, every guy with a magnetic bracelet, the golden, whatever those things are.
Showers.
Golden showers. Those pocket rockets from...
Roy!
Everybody comes to South Florida because it's the land of the giant con. Here's a call from Davey. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fuck Canada.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'm giving it my best shot.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Iraqis need money, and no one is budging. We're asking rich Arab nations to help with donations, but they just say no way in most situations now. Bush pays for everything. Bush don't like when no one offers money. We don't even have the cash to run our country. While the UN will plead for the billions we need, Ambassador copy his amen for sorry. Bush don't like when no one offers money.
No dough. But the tax code penalized marriage, and so we've reduced the marriage penalty.
Yeah, there you go. How about the gay marriage penalty? That's still going?
Yeah.
Good. 11:44, 16 till noon at 5:60. There's Dumbo, man. All he needs is to flap them ears a couple of times and just fly away. OJ's got 83 votes. Somebody used to be great and is now a piece of crap. 83 for OJ. Michael Jackson, 41. Phil Henry, 32.
Are you?
Sure. Dennis Miller, 15. Wayne Hypinga, 13. Chuck Heston, 12. Eric Lindros, 9. Colin Powell, 9. Liz Taylor, 4. Tom Jicka, 3. Jerry Lewis, 3. Pete Rose, 2. Don Imus, 1. And Tom Green just went on there at 246 votes. Tom Green will get some votes, don't you think?
Couple, sure. Drew will vote.
Here's a call from Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
You got to nominate John McCain for your list.
John McKay?
John McCain, yeah. He's too much of a right-wing Republican.
John McCain is a right-winger?
He's becoming one because he endorses Bush. And
Okay.
I can't stand.
Okay. I say no.
No.
He endorses Bush. He's a Republican, man. What do you want him to do? Yeah. Pretty weak. 567. Okay, we'll put everybody on here who's a Republican. How's that?
Okay.
Although the only problem is they don't qualify because most of them didn't used to be great. Like this one.
Means more jobs.
Right. There you go. Means more jobs, baby. 3 million jobs lost since this bozo took over. He's doing it. Here's a call from Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
I'm going to tell you something. There's one thing you're not going to hear coming from the Dolphins locker room anytime soon, and you know what that is?
What is that?
Like our old friend Jimmy Johnson once said, "How about the Dolphins?"
I thought he was going to say, "We got a shot." That's what he was
we're
gonna
number
say.
one.
Or that, or anything else, like we're talking Super Bowl because we're the, that. I could play the song again, but they hate it.
They were number 2 yesterday.
Song came in a strong second in songs that they never want to hear again. Robin Williams, oh, that's good, I like that.
Sure.
Robin Williams used to be great, then he started making a series of them awful, horrible movies, like especially that Patch Adams thing with that big shiny red nose, and everybody said, "Are you effing kidding us or what? Are you out of your mind? Are you off your rocker? This is supposed to be comedy. This is supposed to be talent." Robin freaking Williams, excellent choice. Thank you. Website porn attracts women by the millions. This flies in the face of all the stereotypes that it's only horny guys, heterosexual guys, and faggots who are sitting there at their PCs just tapping and tapping and tapping away, and on their keyboard too. After putting her daughter to bed, Maggie, 42, routinely sat at her computer for hours, mesmerized by an online world of erotic stories and real-time sexual discussions. Beth, 33, usually clicked on the most visually graphic sites, disproving the theory that only men are enticed by pornography. A lot of people don't realize this happens with women too, says Beth, who along with Maggie asked that their last names not be revealed. I can't imagine why. I bet you Screw-Ann spending a lot of time on it. See, she don't read her computer. She just mounts the
mouse.
She mounts the mouse. We used to have a ride at the Roseland Park in Canada called the Wild Mouse. And Screw-Ann loves mounting the Wild Mouse. She likes to ride it. The myth began long ago, perhaps because women were rarely seen walking into seedy adult bookstores. Oh, God forbid. But in recent years, the accessibility, affordability, and anonymity of the Internet have made pornography undeniably attractive to millions of women. While some women simply find it exciting, others have battled addictions and other problems. They're addicted to porno. Now look at the next paragraph in the story. What is this from? It's from the Cleveland.com Newhouse News Service. The next paragraph's got all these it's all screwed up. You know what I mean? Like the percentage sign is like every other word. Julie Neff, 29, of Wisconsin, sees nothing but benefits. Internet pornography is pretty much an adjunct to my regular sex life, she said. She estimates she views less than an hour a week and is open about with her boyfriend. They estimate that 9.4 million women in the U.S. access such sites in September. We email each other saying, ha ha, look at this, or hee hee, look at that, or ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. It's healthy. If you want to know the mechanics or the logistics of certain things, you can get education and inspiration to do stuff. Plus, I just find it prurient. I like it. Others think it can lead to problems. There's some evidence that Internet porn is luring even women whose values oppose it. Well, that ought to loosen them up a little bit.
Good.
Some speculate a forbidden fruit factor can make it tantalizing for religious women in particular. Good. Watch out for that forbidden fruit. The editors of today's Christian Woman and Evangelical magazine had heard anecdotes of church-going women getting hooked on porno, so they conducted a survey asking readers of their newsletter if they had intentionally visited porn sites. 34% said, yes. How do you like that? They said, ooh, God, that's good. While the frequency of female porn addiction is difficult to measure, psychologists agree that some women, as well as men, do engage in destructively compulsive behavior fueled by the Internet. Maggie said she began exploring pornography to try to understand what it was that captivated her ex-husband. Soon she was spending up to 30 hours a week.
About 30, man.
Surfing the web for arousal. That's like 4 hours and a half a day. She realized she had a serious problem when I couldn't wait for my daughter to go to sleep so I could hop on it, and the computer too. The light went on that I preferred porn to spending time with my child. Well, it's better than molesting your kid, I guess, isn't it?
I guess.
The interactivity of the Internet makes it especially appealing to some women, said Al Cooper, a staff psychologist at Stanford, author of Sex and the Internet, a guidebook for clinicians. We see women all the time who may not feel that attractive, but they get guys 20 going after them at a time in a chat room, email them instantly. Oh, no, wait a minute. They get 20 guys, or maybe the guys are 20 years old, going after them at a time in a chat room, emailing them instantly. That's affirming to a woman. It's hard to match when your husband is in the next room drinking a beer, maybe asking you if you're going to exercise next week because he thinks you're overweight. And maybe you are. Maybe you're a big fat slut. Maybe you've gone to pot. When a woman prefers cyber sex to real sex, oh, I love that word, cyber sex to real sex, or becomes secretive about her online porno use, those are red flags, said Cooper. But it contends that online erotica can be helpful if you share this with your partner because you need some variety. You need a way to spice things up. As opposed to going to a swing club with George and getting all kinds of diseases. Nobody ever caught no disease on the Internet.
Viruses.
Viruses, yeah. While porno may rouse the couple's interest for a while, real women with real varicose veins and real body fat lose in the end because they can't compete with the image of airbrushed porn queens, said Donna Rice Hughes, president of Enough is Enough, an organization trying to make the Internet safer for families. Oh. Porno sells sex without relationships, sex without commitment, sex without consequences, sex without love, sex without children, and sex for one's own gratification as opposed to the gratification of the other. To which we say,
all right.
Great. Said Rice Hughes, this is, you know who this is? Donna Rice Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
This is Donna Rice,
That's
whose
right.
87 relationship with former Senator Gary Hart, Democrat of Colorado, ended his presidential campaign. So she's become born again now, okay?
Born again
this
slut,
philandering bitch. This miserable see you next time slut. She got religion. Well, you just faxed me 8 million pages here.
Yeah, we had a rough.
Oh, now what is this? That's terrible. Denver fan in Miami says, I don't think there's a better example of your pull than Dan Marino. Well, what's wrong with Danny boy? He was even on the CBS special last night, talking through those funky lips. By the way, you had 2 lines, Danny, and you blew one of them. He blew it. Don't put Dan Marino on there. What the hell's wrong with Danny boy? They're just jealous because he don't have them big teeth like Elway had. Here's one that says, my suggestion for Eddie Murphy. Oh, that's good. Eddie Murphy used to be very funny. We liked Eddie Murphy. And then once he got caught with that transsexual or transvestite or whatever was in the car, then all of a sudden he turned into a asshole. And it also says, crappy birthday in advance. Thank you. George Lucas.
Yes.
Everybody agrees with that. Says he should pass O.J. by quickly. Woody Allen. Nah. I mean, he's no different than he ever was. You know what I mean?
Right. Still a nebbish.
Lead guy from Metallica. An MP3 Nazi. No. Steve Martin. What's wrong with Steve Martin?
I don't know.
No.
He's just
Jeffrey Lurie. Oh, it says no, that's for next year. Okay, there's this. How come God let Brock Berlin down Saturday night? Doesn't God know that he blew Miami's chance for national championship? Yeah, God, what the hell is wrong with you, man? There's something wrong with God. God must have been busy doing other crap. Like maybe helping to put out them forest fires in California. Man. Here's one from Tracy and Kendall says, I would like to nominate Michael Douglas for the poll. Used to be cool and somewhat hot. Now he just makes babies, bad movies, looks like he's been shrink-wrapped. Oh, excellent. Michael Douglas, get him on there. I agree. I used to like Michael Douglas when he used to be on, like, Streets of San Francisco with Carl Malden with a big nose. And then he just thought that he was a sex pod. He just all became obsessed with himself. He's about as sexy as a pile of monkey dung. Good going, Tracy. Oh, here's a good one. Some poll ideals from Tracy. I want to save this. Who was your favorite child actor? Is or was? Mm-hmm. Huh? Like Fred Savage and Rick Schroeder, Jodie Foster. Worst movie remakes. A couple of good poll ideas. I'm putting it in my poll pile. I got a pile of polls on it. Thank you. Pete M. died because he only had 3 veins into his heart instead of 4. How do you like that? We asked about Pete Maravich, and here's the answer. Minister in Lakeland busted again in Lakeland for the 3rd time. We'll get the story. Thank you very much. Good faxes coming in. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. OJ is off to the races. Michael Jackson has flown into 2nd place. Here's a call from Miami. Buenos dias.
Miami.
Yes, sir. That's you.
Neil, I suggest Martin Mull for your poll.
Martin Mull is pretty dull.
But he was pretty great when he was on Fernwood Tonight and Mary Hart.
Well, what is he on now? When do we ever see Martin Mull?
Well, he's actually...
Hollywood Squares?
You think he disappeared?
Yeah, he disappeared.
Okay, I read through all that.
He was such a piece of crap, I think they flushed him. Okay. Maybe my brother flushed him down the toilet at Mom's house the other night. Thanks for the try, pal. Martin Mull, very dull.
Yeah.
Was he ever great?
No.
No, I don't. Not that I thought. 567. Here's somebody who was never great.
Farmers.
Yeah. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Don't forget, Best of Neil, Abandoned Pet Rescue. Get on our website and buy a whole bunch of crap, okay? It's for a really good cause, and we're stalled out. When in doubt, we're just stalled out. Nothing over the weekend. Not one dime, not one single solitary donation.
Not a shekel.
Now, how about the pile of checks you got from inside the building already? It's not even noon yet.
Oh, yeah, I got piles and piles.
We got piles? Hey, thanks a lot, Greg, and Screwan, and Todd Dreck, and Troy Stratford, and who am I leaving out?
Gary Sarner.
Gary Sarner, and Humper, and Mad Dog, and Pharrell. I know Eddie K's going to come through. He just somebody has to poke him and wake him up one of these days. Thanks a lot for all your help.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
We did it! We did it!
The following is a paid public service announcement from the International Rifle Association.
Let's face it, most of us will never be rich. Hell, we probably won't even be successful, and that's pretty damn depressing. But, as usual, with every problem, there is a solution. Hi. I'm Jim, and I'm here to tell you a little something about handguns. They scare the shit out of people and intimidate them into giving you whatever you want. That's right, handguns. Think about it. Need some cash? Rob a bank. Don't have enough money for beer? Pull up a convenience store. Take some chips and pretzels while you're at it. It's all free if you've got a handgun. Some son of a bitch cheating on your girlfriend? Kill him. It's a simple solution to life's complex problems. All you have to do is wait the 5 days for it, and happiness is just around the corner. Hell, if you don't want to wait the 5 days, who cares? Buy the damn thing off the street. Just buy a lot of handguns. It's a great alternative to working problems out and can be considered a population controller. Yes, handguns. They just might make you famous.
12:01 at 560 WQM. I didn't play the noon to 1. This show is zooming right along, you know.
Noon to 1, right?
Huh?
It's never too late.
No, I don't want to do it.
Do
a source says Governor Graham will not seek re-election in 2004, and they just put it on CNN. Bobby Graham is announcing today that he is not going to seek re-election to a 4th term in the West. He is stepping down, man. He's had it. His beady eyes are rolling around. He's loaded with cash. I like Bob Graham. It's too bad. He's got no personality. He didn't have a whole lot of money behind him, and nobody knows who the hell he is outside of Florida. But nevertheless, he told it like it was all along. He was one of the guys with balls. He's one of the few Florida politicians we can be proud of who had the balls to say, hey, this is a pile of crap. And your war on terror is a bunch of crap, and you're not doing the right things, and you're like, wagging the old dog. Speaking of that, black support for elephant is crumbling.
All right.
All right, that's good news. At the opening of the African American Research Center, October 2002, can it actually be noon already? You know, most days we say, is it only like noon?
Right.
And now it's noon. This thing is zooming on by. God damn it. That's the way we like it. Let's play some bits. At the opening of the African American Research Center in October 2002, residents cheered in support of embattled Supervisor of Elections Miriam Elephant, Broward County's only black elected official. A year later, meaning now, hardly anyone in the black community is supporting Elephant. Good. It's about time you dark folks came to your senses. And by the way, not only will dark folks not be allowed to own guns from now on, but also not telephones. Early on, Miriam had a very strong black support, stronger than estimated, said County Commissioner Josephus Eggle. What is kind of a name is that? Josephus Eggleton.
That's a Bible name.
No, Schmidt. They were willing to stand up and go to war, even with Democrats. However, since then, black support has waned. Eggleton, I never saw that name before in my life. Eggleton. Once a staunch supporter of the election supervisor, said he and others could no longer defend Elephant because she has refused good political advice and couldn't explain the recent firings in her office to their satisfaction. He said people embrace Miriam as their child, but when it comes to the point when a child will not listen to you, you have to let that child learn the hard way. In other words, when in doubt, kick him out. Publicly, sides formed along racial lines, creating a rift that remains. Elephant became a symbol of racial pride against the crush of white criticism. Blacks bristled when county commissioners attacked her in public. It appears now there's a large group of influential black people against her, said E. Pat Larkins, a Pompano Beach commissioner, and there's a group of non-influential black people who support her because they still think it's a racial thing. It's not a racial thing. She's incompetent. Do you understand? Do you get it?
No.
She's incompetent. Non-comp is penis, man. She can't cut the mustard. God. How about those 80,000 ballots that never got sent out to voters in Broward? Huh? How about the people that got like a whole bunch of extra ballots?
About 30, man.
In the mail, just in case they want to vote a few extra times.
Well, if those people just take their extra ballot, mail it to the people that didn't get theirs.
Or just give it to us. We'll take care of it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What person does this best describe? Someone who used to be great, but is now a real piece of crap. Can be like an athlete, an actor, a politician, a douchebag, whoever the hell it is. Whatever you like. Here's a call from Pompano. Hello.
Hi, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a good one for you. Someone who used to be great, but is now a real piece of crap.
That was it.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. He used to be great?
Back in the 70s, man, he was the best, and now he's on the board of directors for the NRA.
Yeah, now he's the right-wing asshole.
Exactly.
Okay, good one.
He always was, you know.
Thanks, Pally. He always was what?
A right-wing asshole. Just
yeah, but we didn't
noticed.
know that, though. See? We didn't know that much about him. He's talking about musically. He used to be great, and then he turned into a... it's like Dennis Miller. He may have always been a right-wing asshole, but he just didn't open his puss about it. And now he's just turned into a walking ad for the Bushmeister and fascism is what Dennis Miller is. And Ted Nugent, too. They're always on a bandwagon. They're, always showing up at these functions, stuff like that. Don't worry, though, because Rumsfeld says, hey, it's war, crap happens.
Right, yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, that's right. That's a great answer to the question, Donnie. You idiot, you Nazi bastard, you Hermann Goering Jr. I think it's Hermann Goering with bad glasses is who it is. Same guy.
Reincarnation.
Here's a call from Kendall. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, how about David Letterman?
David Letterman is a good choice. His ratings are dropping like a rock.
And
Thank you. David Letterman's a good choice. In fact, there's several big articles. I didn't bother with it because it's, media trivia. But Jay Leno is kicking his ass, and I'm going to tell you something. When Jay Leno kicks your ass, you know you got big problems. And the excuses from CBS, well, we got a week 10 to 11 lineup, all this other crap. I know it makes a difference, but I'll say this to you, because both of them follow the evening news. So it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me if there's a program that you like, they have these amazing things called remote controls that even people who live in the tenements have got remote controls. Right?
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's right, we don't have tenements no more. In the ghetto,
we
they got remote controls. Even down there at Caracas that time where they had like the little tin shacks with the TV antenna on top, I bet you they got a remote, because they sure live in a remote place. So if you want to change the channel, it's real easy. Just click it, man. Watch. I'll show you how easy it is. There's Bush. See, just got rid of it. Wow.
Give me to the orchard. Okay.
See? Don't like that, real TV? There's City
Unclaimed baggage sells the lost luggage.
Oh, I like that. City Confidential on A&E. It's a good show. The only thing is that guy bugs me, the narrator, because he sounds just like Vincent Price. And it's not, of course, because he's been dead a long time. And I know the guy's name, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, you sure?
I'd rather listen to him than Wolf Blitzkrieg.
It's a vital...
Yeah, get out of here. Man, I hate him. Don't you? He looks like another member of the Bund. Wolf Blitzkrieg. I guarantee you he's got one of them cards in his wallet. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, bad news for the Bushlickers, too. State of California says Bush ignored fire plea. They say the officials warned him of a tinderbox. California officials accused the Bush administration of ignoring urgent pleas months ago for emergency help to remove beetle-infested trees that experts warned could fuel a catastrophic Southern California fire. The U.S. Senate passed controversial legislation last Thursday allowing the thinning of forest across the West, and another debate erupted over whether dire warnings about a bark beetle infestation were ignored in Washington. In April, Governor Gray Davis requested $430 million to move unhealthy trees on 415,000 acres of forest, but the request for emergency funds went unanswered until last week and then was denied. Denied! You ready?
I'm ready.
There was reason the governor requested the declaration, said Gray Davis spokesman Steve Maviglio, and I'm sure there are a lot of families without homes who are disappointed that it wasn't approved. Democratic Senator Barbara Boxer, speaking in the Senate on Thursday's debate on the Healthy Forest Bill, complained that President Bush had failed to act on the state's request for help and that now Californians were suffering. We named 3 of the 4 counties that are up in smoke, and we begged him to declare a disaster. We begged him. We saw this coming a mile away. The bill passed 80-14 now that half the state burned down. You ready for that?
Uh-huh.
For more than a year, California officials have fretted about an infestation of native beetles that drilled into trees, mostly pine and fir. They feast on bark and carry a fungus that blocks a tree's vascular system from carrying water. Did you know a tree had a vascular system?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know that.
Sure.
A vascular system like a tree's got a heart?
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
Can you hear it beating?
Artichokes. Never eaten an artichoke heart?
Yeah.
See there.
Well, I'll be damned. I feel bad now. Healthy trees normally can reject the beetles, but the bugs, carciofi, I love artichokes in Italy. Man, those greasers, man, they sure know how to cook, you know what?
Yeah, I know.
They can cook up anything. Healthy trees normally can reject the beetles, but the bugs have thrived because of a 4-year drought has weakened thousands of trees in Southern California, leaving them brittle tinder. Well, they used to be brittle tinder. Now they're just ashes, probably. How do you like that? So once again, this president just, not on top of it, asleep at the switch. Too busy killing innocent people. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let me say it again. When is the public ever in America going to finally get mad? How many of these tragedies like yesterday, how many more American kids have to die?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Oh!
Before the public finally starts getting pissed off and says, hey, this is like Desi all over again. This is like Vietnam. We didn't know what the hell we were doing there, and we sure as hell don't know what the hell we were doing in Iraq, because it was all predicated on a bunch of lies, and it was all planned before 9/11 anyway. Think about it. And then get back to your sitcoms. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil?
And reality shows. Yes, sir.
Hey, fantastic. Good to talk to you. I've been listening for years.
All right.
Yeah, it's been incredible. You do a good job. George does a good job, too. I guess the point I wanted to make was, in regards to the guys dying overseas, it's just incredible that the country does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's quiet. You don't hear any talk about it.
They're just desensitized to violence and death and destruction. They don't give a crap. As long as it's not somebody they know or care about, they don't seem to give a crap.
They just accept it. And secondly, for the abandoned pet rescue, how come they don't keep the CDs with them when they do a Dolphins game?
Who's they?
I don't know, the guys at QAM. I went up to the booth and spoke to somebody and said that surprisingly Neil is so popular, but we don't have any of his CDs.
Well, wait a minute, they said what?
There was, I don't know, it wasn't one of the broadcasters. It might have been somebody helping out.
He said surprisingly Neil is still popular, but we don't have the CDs?
Yeah, surprisingly Neil is so popular.
Oh, I see.
I guess maybe a couple of people, others besides me, had asked if they had any CDs with them. So
well, see, you don't understand. That would mean that some other part of the radio station was interested in helping us out, and they're not. It's not
incredible.
Complicated. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you make the station. Without you and George, I don't think I'd be listening as often.
They can just shut it off and turn the key in the lock. That's right.
Incredible. Thank you so much,
As
Neil.
Greg Reed once said to me after a few months on the station, he said, before you came here, we didn't have any ratings. He actually said that, which was kind of a dumb thing to say, but what do you expect from Greg? Something dumb. I mean, why would you say that to somebody? It's like, oh, how much you want? You want 5 million, 10 million, whatever you want. So let's work on it. By the way, we don't have new copy. Troy Stratford, is he on vacation or something? Have you seen his bald, dark-complected head?
Yeah, I saw him.
Well, what the hell's the story, Troy? Today is November the 2nd. I got copy for Pompano Park that says for last week, which I know this is for last week. God damn it, Troy. This, seriously, who is in charge? Who is running that goddamn place? Is there anybody? When I'm there next week, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to kick some ass. I'm going to put on my steel boots with the spurs on it. I'm going to start kicking some serious goddamn ass. My foot is going to be up most of the
Rectum.
in that joint, especially the salespeople. And that screw Ann, of course, in her case, everything else has been in there. Why the hell not my foot? You can't complain about the job they're doing because they're not doing any, and that's all of them, all of them. Adam, he's so anxious to do a job, he sends me a new piece of copy that's the same verbatim as the one from last week and the week before that.
He told me they changed a word.
They changed a word.
Yeah, but he didn't tell me which one.
Oh, I got a word for you, Adam. 12:13 at 560 WQM. Attention horse racing fans. Pompano Park is open for their 40th anniversary season, featuring top-class harness racing every night. Well, not every night, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and high-stakes poker. New post time for the first race, including tonight, 7:05 p.m. I bet you Fat Rich is there plunging his guts out. People wonder, gee, he lost a lot of weight. That's because he's been plunging his guts out. They've disappeared at Pompano Park. 7:05 p.m. is first post time for harness racing, and the poker room is open noon to midnight every live racing day, which, like I said right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pompano Park's also got the best in simulcasting every day and night, 7 days a week. The best in harness, thoroughbred, highlight action for all across North America. And don't forget, general parking and admission always free at Pompano Park. New this season, a 20% increase in purses, a nightly giveaway of a $400 betting voucher, and a revamped free Power Player Rewards program that gives you points for either betting the horses or playing poker that you can redeem for special gifts and betting vouchers. And every Wednesday at Pompano Park is dollar night for draft beer, hot dogs, sodas, and more, only $1 a piece. Pompano Park, where the action is. Don't forget, first post tonight, 7:05 p.m. Pompano Park is a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. Call 954-972-2000 for the new race schedule. Or if you want to get the simulcast and full schedule, go online at pompanopark.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It stinks in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind, the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story. They had one of the biggest selling singles of all time with Whoop, There It Is. But Whoop, There What Is? Tonight we find out from Tag Team.
Well, I was at the gastroenterologist, because of my impacted bowels.
Tag Team co-founder DC the Brain Supreme.
And he finally gets me on cloud, know what I'm saying? And it just blasts out of me like, whoop. And the doctor goes, there it is.
We couldn't believe our ears. He was talking about popping a squat.
Now, a great artist incorporates every aspect of his life into his music. Even that moment when you're finally loose enough to squeeze one out again.
Oh, no, you're f***ing kidding me.
Tag Team's former manager, Chet Stools.
That thing sold 5 million copies. Do you have any idea how rich we got off that song? And now you're telling me it's about taking a f***ing dump? That is beautiful.
Now, at last, unashamed of the steaming pile of his own refuse, which inspired the song, Atlanta native DC the Brain lets it all hang out during a recent reunion concert at the Fulton, Georgia County Fair.
Okay, y'all. Now I'm going to show you what this song is about. Get ready,
Tag Team. They made their money, so you might as well know. We're going to mention bowel movements one more time. It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business tonight on Inside the Behind.
There you go, Ma. I wonder if my brother said that to my mother, when he came out of the room. Hey, Ma, I got something here to show you. Whoop, there it is. I'll guarantee you. Guarantee you.
Shaped like an S.
Here's a fax that says, before you get swamped with faxes and birthday cards, oh, yeah, and all sorts of party favors, I want to wish you a very happy birthday. Many more says, hugs and kisses from P.R. Ralph. We love you, P.R. Ralph, even though George likes him, but all the other Puerto Ricans, not too crazy about it. George don't like the Ricans. That's because all the spics, they all hate each other. It's one of them things. Like the Jews, the Orthodox and the Conservative, the Reformed. Well, look at that pigeon. Boy, I sure wish I had like a pea shooter like Ted Williams used to have, a BB gun.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd probably have to break the glass. 108 votes. Man, OJ, they despise you. He's got exactly double the next competitor. Which person best describes this? Somebody who used to be great but is now a piece of crap. Speaking of that, a lot of crap going around today. Going down. OJ 108. Michael Jackson 54. Isn't that incredible? Exactly double. Phil Henry's got 40, doing pretty good.
Okay.
Dennis Miller 26. Wayne Huizenga 17. Chuck Heston 16. 15 for Colin Powell. He's rolling, and he's lying. Pat Riley 12. Eric Lindros 10. That was my vote. Hey, Eric, you used to be great. You suck. You blow. Jerry Lewis 5. Liz Taylor 5. Eddie Murphy 5. Tom Jick got 4. Tom Green 3. David Letterman, Pete Rose, George Lucas, and Don Imus 2. Yeah, remember the facts? Oh, once George Lucas goes on there, he'll go zooming by OJ. Right, he's all the way up to 2 votes. Robin Williams 1. Michael Douglas and Ted Nugent have got the big none so far. Oh, all you people that watch Oprah, I got some very warning for you.
Yeah.
Feeling stressed, unable to cope, perhaps you should turn off your TV, so this says. According to a new study, fans of the Oprah Winfrey Show have higher stress levels than those who are not fans. You ready for that?
Oh, I
believe it.
told you that.
Yeah, it's enough to make you puke. According to the study, 5% of the country's adult population, or 9 million people, said they feel so much stress they can no longer cope. Half of those said they're fans of the Oprah Show. Do you watch?
Oprah.
Yes, and I'm stressed out. Yes, but I'm not overly stressed. No, I'm still stressed out. No, and I'm not overly stressed. That was the question. That would be the questions. The study was commissioned by Hale Dwoskin, author of the Sedona Method, which offers readers methods to relieve anxiety in preparation for the release of his book, according to a news release announcing the study. Either watching Oprah leads to anxiety, or severely stressed Americans are drawn to her to look for solutions on her show, he said in the release. However, most likely conclusion we can make is that people who seek out Oprah, her life-affirming TV, are probably just more aware, open, and honest with their emotions. Right.
Yeah.
The study also found that 76% of fans of the Oprah show said they wish their lives were calmer, almost 20% higher than non-fans. Fans of the Oprah show were also twice as likely as non-fans to say they were unable to cope with the stress in their lives. So maybe they can turn on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, sure. He coped.
That'll do it. And he can bitch him out. Ever see him together with Judge Judy? Same person. 5670560. See, that's what I told you this the other day. That's where it's at. Bitching people out. That's what America loves, watching somebody else getting bitched out. Because for once it's not them. No matter what it's for being fat, for being unfaithful, for being whatever. They want to see somebody else just getting bitched out and getting stabbed in the back and humiliated and treated like crap. Because at least it's not them. And with that in mind, aren't we cursed down here?
Accursed.
Here's a call from Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi. What's going on, Neil?
How you doing, sir?
I got one for you for today's poll. Dick Clark.
Oh, excellent. Outstanding.
He's a real asshole, isn't he?
He is a major asshole. Thanks a lot, pal. That's a good choice. He must have seen Bowling for Columbine. Dick Clark. Nobody didn't like Dick. And then all of a sudden we found out from Michael Moore, thank goodness. See, I don't care what anybody says. I'd vote for Michael Moore 50 times. Or
sure.
At least
About 30, man.
Really. This guy, of course, he would never get in because he's not, he's not owned. They don't have all the strings attached to him like they have all these other damn
and he's
puppets.
too frumpy.
No, he's not too frumpy. He's too unconnected. He's not owned by the big corporations. He doesn't have to answer to anybody, which is exactly what we need and what we want. I don't care whether it's Wesley Clark, who's just handpicked by the Clintons and that gang of people, and any of them, except for Howard Dean, who seems to be like at least a little. And of course, Gebhardt, the unions are pulling all of his strings. Plus the fact you talk about wimpy. Oh man, Dick Gebhardt would be like another Michael Dukakis and Walter Mondale. It would be like just saying, okay, why bother wasting your money on the election? We just concede defeat. We throw in the towel. We forfeit the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
5670560. Well, look at this. Toby Dodge inventing Iraq.
And help out here.
Well, the Russians, the French, and the Germans were asked to help contribute troops and financially, and they turned the U.S. down.
That's certainly the case. There's a lot of bad feeling about how the war was launched, about how the trouble at the UN. But now that the war is over, now that there's clearly a lot of problems, I think the French and the Germans are going to have to be asked again, but you're going to have to bring in the United Nations much more centrally to allow other countries to pull in.
Let's take another call.
He sounds awful constipated. You know, maybe my mom can give him a good talking to. 567. Hey, guess what, Ma? There's more to life than just crap, okay? I realize that when you get to be old and you're waiting for that last breath, but there's got to be something more than crap. Jeez. Although, like she said, if she could just have a good one once a week, she'd be ecstatic. No, seriously, she'd be a happy camper. Just one really good one once a week. She'd probably even take pictures.
Oh, God.
Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, sir.
I can't believe you forgot one person that you always mention on the air, Howard Stern.
Haven't we already been through that at great length? Howard Stern, as much as I mentioned I don't like his show, I'm not putting him on there because he's not a piece of crap. It's one thing if you don't like somebody's work, you don't like their show, but he's a gigantically, hugely successful, and he's not a piece of crap. See, that's what they don't understand. I mean, granted, his show used to be a hell of a lot funnier and a lot better than it is now, assuming you listen. But he ain't a piece of crap, in spite of what George said, because George don't like him, so therefore everybody, George, if we just put everybody on the list that we don't like, we could milk this through the end of the year.
I'm taking your word for it that it used to be something.
He was. The show used to be a hoot. It used to be very, very funny. Okay?
And he's another apologist for El Presidente in this war and everything.
Yeah. All right, put him on there. If it'll make you guys feel better, put Howard Stern on there, okay? Because I have no axe to grind on his behalf. That's for goddamn sure. But if you want to put Howard Stern on there, go ahead and put Howard Stern on the poll, okay?
And the only reason I sent you a fax of Howard Stern, again, is because it's 1 out of 5. I'm only faxing 1 out of 5 Howard Stern faxes to you.
Okay. Put him on there.
Hey, it's Howard. Howard Sperm.
1226 at 560 WQM. Let me tell you about a great place for all you dieters out there. You know, everybody in the world, in fact, George even sent me a cartoon this morning about the Atkins diet. That's how popular it's becoming. Everybody who's dieting, maybe 90%, either on Atkins, South Beach diet, Sugar Busters, low carb, sugar free, that's where it's at for most people. The only problem with these is that they're boring as hell, and you need some taste. You need something sweet, something with some variety. That's why Delights comes in so strong, because at Delights of West Boca, your search for all these good things is over. They've got over 1,000 low-carb products in one great store, and don't forget, you can try any of them before you buy them, too. They got bagels and breads and cheesecakes, muffins, brownies, chocolates, pasta, great sauces. They got pasta sauces very, very low in carbs. Dips and soups, ketchups, Carbolite ice cream, Champion Light drinks in 5 great flavors, walnut brownies by Control Carb, apple cinnamon granola by Carb Sense, crunchy pretzels by Carb Sense. And don't forget the Atkins products are on sale all day, every day at Delights. Delights is open 7 days a week from 10 to 10, and you'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441 next to Boston Market, safely far away from where the Mole Man lives. Call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB, LOWCARB, or on the web it's lowcarb.com. Delights of West Boca, absolutely be your official Atkins retail center. Oh, watch out, Dr. Bob.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
By the way, have a safe trip to Toronto. Ginger, be safe.
Why don't you go back to Canada, you Jew bastard?
This is Mary Ellen Fishbox, and I saw my opponent, Morton, and his New York City bosses run over a monkey.
My opponent, Mary Ellen Fishbox, has her period 3 out of 4 weeks a month.
My opponent, Morton, got fired from the mall for sexually harassing a mannequin.
Well, my opponent, Mary Ellen Fishbox, eats leftover fruit from bar glasses.
My opponent, Morton, is impotent.
My opponent, Mary Ellen Fishbox, never offered a reach around.
My opponent, Morton, is sterile.
You're frigid, bitch.
You couldn't get laid in Greenwich Village if your spooge was the cure for AIDS.
Well, you're a lesbo.
You're a piece of crap.
You're a no-good skank.
My dick's bigger.
Paid for by friends of Mort Morton and Mary Ellen Fishbox.
1231 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. What person does this best describe? Someone who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap. We finally caved in and put Howard Stern on there after how many faxes?
About 30, man.
A bunch. Are you tongue-tied now or what?
No, I'm right here.
Okay. O.J. Simpson, 116. I don't think nobody's going to get near O.J. now that they know what's good for him.
He sure can run.
Michael Jackson, 50, even with him bad arthritic knees, playing golf all the time, you know. 116, Michael Jackson 57. Phil Henry's got 40.
Are you sure?
Dennis Miller 29. Wayne Huizinga 21. Chuck Heston and Colin Powell 17 apiece. Pat Riley's got 12, even with a slick hair. The Ronnie Reagan haircut. Eric Lindros 11. And then it's single digits. Liz Taylor 6. Eddie Murphy 5. Jerry Lewis 5. David Letterman 4. Tom Jacob 4. Tom Green 3. And everybody else like pretty tiny. Anybody with 0? Yeah, Dick Clark, he just went under. He got none. He'll get some out of 357 vote. Don't forget the Mad Dog returns at 2 this afternoon.
All right.
After a long extended, vacation. I don't know what the hell was going on. Wouldn't it be nice if they would tell us these things?
You're causing trouble again.
Clarence or a Muff or somebody. Give us like a little information. Was Mandich on vacation last week? Was it his usual busman's holiday? What's going on, guys? And instead what I get from Duff every morning is like his health report about how good he's feeling and about his heart is still in one place and he's still beating it and his heart too. Yeah. Mad Dog at 2, the Humpers at Chula's 4 to 7, the Ricky Williams Show, which ought to be a real major embarrassment, which it already is, 7 to 8 tonight at the Clevelander. You know what they're saying about you, Ricky, besides the fact that you can't run. Orlando Alcigari, the big 8 to 10 tonight. Eddie K from 10 to 2, and Joe and Mark overnight 2 to 5. 36 yards on 13 carries. Am I right, Scott? Is that what it was?
He's on the phone.
It was pretty paltry. It was embarrassing. It was pathetic. As the Dolphins had that unbelievable opportunity in the last 2 minutes of the game on that interception. So, yeah, when in doubt, pull it out. They get Olindo Mare finally kicked the field goal. Olindo Mare used to kick him far, eh? Not no more.
Used to
like
kick
in the
him far,
Patriot
eh?
game. He used to kick him far, eh? Well, that's Canadian, eh? And then they have a chance to pull it out. And here comes from blindside. And Brian Greasy gets belted from behind. And there's the ball and Brian both on the ground. That's Brian's problem. I've told you this for weeks now. People laugh at me. From what I'm hearing, he spends too much time on the ground, on the floor. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
Being in Canada all this time, have you lost your memory of your greatest friend that should be number at least 2 on the list?
And who's that?
$50. Larry King.
When the hell was he great?
When was he great? Was he not a good friend of yours?
No.
You didn't loan him $50?
No, you got him confused with Stan Major. God almighty, the Larry King drop-in doesn't have anything to do with me. I wouldn't loan him 50 cents. It has to do with everybody else that he knew in South Florida.
Only $50.
Right. It wasn't $50 either. It was like 5,000 here and 1,000 there and 10,000. Not to mention all the bad checks he passed at Gulfstream that he never paid anybody back.
Only $50.
This guy's got Larry confused with Stan Major. Ever see him together?
No.
Same person. Only at least Larry don't want to borrow one of my Corvettes.
How do you
his
know?
car's in the shop. Hey, Stan, don't ever call my house again, okay? You and Norm Kent. 5670560, pound 560 on. This business of giving out people's phone numbers is it's outrageous, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it's my mother, whether it's Norma Kent, people giving out your phone number. Isn't it customarily just the proper, the polite, the reasonable thing to do? Say, hey, so-and-so wants to get in touch with you. Is it okay if I give him your number? Isn't that what normal people usually do?
Yeah.
But then again, I said normal people, and then I mentioned my mother and Norma Kent in the same sentence, which of course is a major joke, a Stan Major joke. You mark my words, that'll be next. Stan Major will be calling here. Well, when you get back to town, I'd like to borrow another little check from you. Times are kind of tight.
I'll give him your number after the show.
I should have no problem doing that for him because, after all, I'm an overpaid talent.
That's right.
Cuban President Fidel Castro praised Governor-elect Arnold Schwarzenegger's muscles, but wondered how much brain power the former Mr. Universe has. How come if Fidel can figure it out, but the voters of California couldn't? To judge from the photographs, he has a lot of muscle, but they haven't tested him to see how much muscle he has in the brain, the bearded goofball quipped during a 5-hour speech Friday evening, closing a Latin American social sciences conference. He may well have more force in his arms than in the brain, Castro, 77, said of the former Austrian bodybuilder who went from a B-movie actor to Hollywood star and governor of the richest U.S. state. At least he has the merit of having done a lot of exercise, added Castro, who played basketball and baseball when he was younger. How many years ago?
About 30, man.
Anti-Castro exiles in Miami have called on California's future Republican governor not to trade with the communist-run island, where Castro has been in power since the 1959 guerrilla-led revolution. Earlier this year, a Californian firm became the first American company to sell seafood to Cuba in 4 decades under a 2000 law that eased U.S. trade sanctions to allow the sales of agricultural products. How do you like that? It's working pretty good, too, that policy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And we got rid of the bearded one, and isn't there like on the verge of revolution and overthrow and freedom? No. It's working pretty good, Aliana, you crazy bitch. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Fort Lauderdale.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I don't know if he's ever been great, but I know he's a piece of crap. Did you hear what Rumsfeld said yesterday about the disaster in Iraq?
Yeah, I did. I talked about it 3 or 4 times already today, yeah. Was he ever great?
No.
No, he's always been a piece of crap. In fact, did you see the clip they showed? Was it on 60 Minutes, one of the news shows, from Nixon?
No.
Saying that we're going to have to, he's on the way out anyway, so we're going to have to, eliminate him? Which we're not really sure what they were talking about, which way. But at any rate, that was ancient history.
Mm-hmm.
He's at least consistent, Rumsfeld. He's always been a big piece of crap. Here's a call from Miami. Hello. Miami, buenos dias.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, risk of overloading your poll with sports figures, although it's just radio, isn't it? How about Kobe Bryant?
How about
he's no O.J. Simpson, but he's pretty much a piece of crap.
Why was he convicted? Has he been convicted of anything yet?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a piece of crap.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, there you go. There's a guy that just reinvented the whole justice system.
Yeah, the jury's still out on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put him on there. He's still playing with the Lakers. He's still a pretty good basketball player, assuming that means anything, which to me doesn't. But nevertheless, don't we have Kobe Bryant on our poll tomorrow? Oh, yeah, that's right. Which of these are you least interested in hearing about for tomorrow? See, I'm doing polls days ahead. That way I can just fax them in and go back to bed, according to what Tom Dicker said. I'll just fax the poll into you guys, then you can handle it from there. Well, that'll be my contribution. You have to admit that's the biggest chore every day, right? Coming up with something new and interesting. In fact, what Eric ought to be doing in his spare time, since this is not one of those that we're going to change today, maybe we ought to go back. We've done over 1,000 polls now.
Yeah.
Since we started doing this. And we ought to start rehashing some of the old ones. I'm not talking about the demographic surveys or really, we do those once a year.
Should they send
I'm
Elion
just talking
back?
about some of the stuff we haven't done in the Coons age. Right?
Right. Elion Gonzalez, send it back, keep him here.
Yeah, Elion Gonzalez, what do you think? Should we keep him here?
No.
Should we send him back?
Yeah.
Huh? Elion Gonzalez, and what about the Pope, huh?
What about
that Elion and the Pope tape, and let me go
Hot
to
or
lunch.
cold?
21 till 1 at 560 WQA. And boy, I'll tell you, this thing is zooming along today.
Sure is.
You notice the phone is starting to really slack off pretty bad. So that's why I'm starting to talk a lot more slowly now.
Good.
Well, approaching Wednesday, approaching that birthday, man.
I know.
If anybody would have told me, you're going to still be doing this crap when you're 61, I'd have said,
Speaking of that,
your mama.
Speaking of your
mama.
birthday,
What?
You want to ask John or Dave what they want for your birthday?
How about my Peruvian friend here? Huh? Might as well buy everybody a present for my birthday.
Certainly.
I think what I'll probably do is take a friend to a Ruth Chris for my birthday Wednesday night. How's that sound?
Sounds
and
like
I'll
a fine
buy.
time.
See, I'm not one of those people. I don't want presents. I don't expect from anybody else. I'm a giver, man.
Well, too bad.
I'm a giver, not a receiver.
Rectum.
Oh, trust me when I tell you. Oh, the pain. No. Oh, God, no. Well, you're laughing, but that's your bag, man. You want to inflict on all these poor women. Just because your wife keeps turning you down.
And the rich ones, too.
Just because your wife keeps turning you down. Notice how you try to avoid hearing that?
Does she?
I don't know.
I guess not.
Does she?
What?
I'm not talking about that. You don't make babies by sticking it there, man. I'll tell you that right now. In fact, Scott, draw him a diaphragm, okay?
Yeah, that's
draw him
my
a little
problem.
diaphragm and try to instruct him because he seems to be having trouble lately figuring it out.
I should have stayed the course. I wouldn't be in this.
Yeah,
game.
that's right. If you. Oh man. Woo! Hey, big news. Hallett Pontiac GMC has just been voted the #1 Pontiac GMC dealer in all of Dade County in customer satisfaction. And our friends Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto are pleased as punch, and they want to thank all their loyal customers for their long, amazing support. Stop by Hallett, and while you're there, be sure and check out the Pontiac Vibe. Normally retails for over $20,000, but you can buy it fully loaded at Hallett right now for just $16,500 plus tax and tag. Hallett is your truck headquarters with over 300 to choose from, including the Yukon and Yukon. That's what I'm sure it must be like the XL or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob Eisenberg, there's a misprint in the copy you handed me. See, what our sales department does is they just take a piece of copy from the agency, and no matter what it says, they just pass it along. They don't proofread it. They don't look at it. They don't correct mistakes. They just hand you a piece of words on a piece of paper. Hey, I'm doing my job. Where's my commission check? You know, Bob Eisenberg, you're a schmuck. Coming soon to Hallett, the new Envoy XUV, the most unique SUV on the market. Great Neil deals waiting for you every day at Hallett Pontiac GMC, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls, open every day, 7 days a week. If you want more info, call the Neil Rogers Neil Deal hotline. When you call, be sure to mention Bob Eisenberg's name and talk about his hairpiece. 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget, all offers subject to credit approval. See the good folks at Hallett for details. Hallett Pontiac GMC, who most positively are professional grade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Who's really showing his age and doesn't have to pay more than minimum wage, and he can ya? If you don't work like a slave, Dick Clark's a douchebag. He got indicted back in 1590 for payola. The Congress let him glide because they decided that he's delightfully white. Dick Clark's a douchebag. Owns a chain of crappy chic restaurants. Douchebag. Pays coolie wages to employees that he's got. Dick Clark's a douchebag. Icon of pop, so white and American. Douchebag. With all the gelt he's got, he drives around in a Dodge Caravan. Douchebag. Dick got the gig to replace Bob Ford, who banged a kid in the back of his Ford. That's all he did. And Bandstand was born. Dick Clark's a douchebag. He seemed delighted when anybody would win the cash and prizes on the pyramid. He never minded because it wasn't his. Dick Clark's a douchebag. I never realized what a big piece of crap he is after all the years I've been watching him. Dick Clark's a cranky old bummer and recalcitrant douchebag. Oh!
1247 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you, whether you like it or not. I understand a lot of long faces down there. Oh, gee, well, we're cursed here. We're cursed. Just ball games, okay? If that's what your whole life is revolved around, how about a revolver? That sounds like a good idea to me. A little Russian roulette can't hurt.
All right, cures all curses.
I have an idea, which you're not going to like, because, of course, you do the show every now and then. Wednesdays this week, I'm Schmidt-Kennan in the 1 to 2 hour.
All right.
Well, no, I'm looking at the stats page here, which, you know, I'm a big student of all of this crap, which it probably usually doesn't mean anything, but nevertheless. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are really huge on our website.
Okay.
And Monday is the weakest, which you know that, and then Friday is, and the reason being that it's the beginning and end of the week.
Okay.
Always. But Wednesday, there's a lag in the number of hits and pages, all of that stuff. Not huge, but enough to make you say, hey, that's a cop-out. We're not doing our job, man. 4 hours a day to get paid the kind of money that you and George are making.
Oh, you anyway.
And Scott? So, I mean, you know, doing 3 hours and then playing a bunch of comedy bits, that was okay to carry over when you were like doddering and, you know, but I feel pretty good now, you know. Plus, Wednesday be my birthday.
That's right.
And I want to give everybody in the audience, how many we got left?
About 30, man.
A chance to call and say, hey, Neil, crappy birthday or whatever, up your ass, whatever they like to say, you know, because they're not very loving and warm and kind like I am, and generous. We got 1 million open lines on the board, which shocks me because there should be many, many more names for this poll today. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Here's someone that used to be great and dropped off the face of the earth.
Who's that?
Mario Bergeron.
No, he didn't drop off of the face of the earth. He won a race at Flamborough last night.
Ah, I didn't think
He's here in Toronto, eh?
I don't think he's allowed back in the country.
No, not in the U.S.
But he used to be great. I saw him win the whole program at Hazel Park.
He got banned at Pompano Park, and boy, it takes a lot to get banned there, man. Anybody that would let Mickey McNichol back in, what does that tell you?
You know.
Okay, thanks a lot, Pally. No more harness racing talk. Joe Marsh Jr. is God. Mario Bergeron, you see, is there any other talk host in America would know who that is?
No.
No. When it comes to trivial crap, I'm telling you, I got them all licked. I got them licked. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe in the last hour, since this thing seems to be, we've reached the end of it, maybe we ought to do a poll on the Wednesday 1 to 2 hour.
Okay.
Should we?
Kills the poll.
Although
anyway.
that would
Mini
require
poll.
Eric changing the poll at 1 o'clock. Do you think he can handle that?
Well, don't do it today.
No, in fact, Eric did. No, you rip him all the time because you hate him like poison, and
Why
he
would
doesn't
you
want to
say
be.
that?
And he doesn't want to be associated with anybody like you. Well, no, you're a good match because you both hate each other. Don't say, why do you say that? I say it because it's true. This is an honest show, and you just are tired of being brought out of the closet all the time, whether it's Rick Riley, Eric, whoever it is.
You lie so much it's not funny.
About what?
All of the above.
No,
you say
get
everything
out of
in a
here.
matter-of-fact
All right,
way.
maybe
like
not
it's
Rick
believable.
Riley, but certainly Eric you
I
despise.
don't hate Eric. He's my
and
best
he
friend.
hates you. He thinks you're like an idiot.
Yeah, okay, so.
Anyway, he did a really nice thing on our website. Have you noticed on the bedtime stories? The new format he created. He told me over the weekend. In fact, over the weekend, the stories were the teases for the stories were like extra long because he was in the process of making a change. And if you look at them now, they're nice and concise, and you can scan through the stories much easier. Nice going, Eric. It looks beautiful.
It's awful
See that?
pretty. Yeah.
You know what? No, it's not just pretty. It just is more convenient for seeing what the headlines are and then picking and choosing which ones are interesting to you and which ones you want to read. So what we'll do between 1 and 2 is decide the fate. Ultimately, we've done it before, but now that I'm considering Schmidt-canning it and just doing a regular 4-hour show, I'm sure that Muff and Clarence will vote on it. Oh, yeah, get rid of that deal. Just like the 7 months that I didn't take any calls. Between the two of them guys, there isn't one nut. I mean, at least John Kruk and Tom Green, at least those guys have one nut, you know what? But between Muff and Clarence, there isn't even a little teeny tiny BB. Because during the 7 months I stopped taking the calls, and you know as well as I do the reason I stopped taking the calls is because when they stuck us on 9 to 1, that was the death knell. Not that the calls were ever great, but that was the end of the show, basically. So thank the Lord that we got 10 to 2 back. Because they created a format there that was never going to work. Nobody starts a show at 9 o'clock in the morning. Unless they do like 9 to noon, which sounds good to me. Oh, man. 9 to noon sounds great. When they blow Mo out and give Pharrell,
blow Mo.
Huh? Wouldn't that be good? Pharrell 6 to 9. We're 9 to noon. Mad Dog noon to 3. Humper 3 to 6.
Perfect.
The Crow, anything after 6.
The big
right?
O.
I think that's the cat's meow, baby. Then that way they can salvage a little. You'll never believe what Norma Kent said to me on the phone the other day, Friday, when he called, which I don't want to talk to him. He said this half seriously. He says, you want me to get together with Greg and extend your contract another 2 years? This is my attorney, okay, my agent, my close personal fag friend, Norma Kent, says to me. Now, you know what's going to happen? He'll call me tonight and say, did I hear you? I heard a rumor that you said you wanted me to call Greg and get your contract extended. Hey, Norm, extend this, you idiot. Here's a lady in Hollywood. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Neil. Happy birthday.
Is this really a lady?
Yes,
of course
Neil.
not.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Neil. This is a lady. Well, yeah, see, you're so quick to judge. You probably think it was Reverend Jones.
I didn't say that. He's on the wrong
Here's a
line.
call from Hollywood. Hello.
You got the intelligence. You wouldn't be working here, would you? There you go. Old enough to be your dad. Okay, sweetie? Thank you much.
What did he say?
He's talking to his daughter, I think.
567-0560. I have no idea what that was. Pound 560 on the AT&T. I told you the calls are great, man. Let's stick with that 1 to 2 hour. That's another reason that we like it. Not just is it like an easy, hump in the middle of the week, get us over the hump, but I'll put it up to the audience. And I'll tell you right now, because usually I pay no attention to whatever they say. Whatever the verdict of the audience will be on that poll, which I'll write up during the break, at that point, we'll abide by it, right?
Sure, whatever you say.
Although if we don't like the result. Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Hey, love your show. I just wanted to call and brighten your day. Not that Mo Howard David needs any reinforcement that he's an absolute idiot.
Okay, I can barely hear you, man.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Okay, good. Anyway, not that Mo Howard David needs any reinforcement that he's an absolute bonehead.
Absolutely.
He said yesterday, somebody made the initial hit and didn't even correct himself. Is he an idiot?
Yes.
Yes, anyway, I just
Absolutely.
thought you might want to hear that.
Absolutely.
Initial is not the word. I think it's initial is the word he's looking for.
Now, don't be correcting the Mo man, okay? He forgot all the right words.
He might be doing a drive-by pretty soon, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Anyway, Neil,
that's
thanks a lot,
That's
buddy.
one of the reasons I don't hang out there too much. Okay, thanks, Pally. 567-0560. You see, it's good timing because this other poll, there just aren't that many people that they think used to be great, but have turned into a bunch of crap, I think we got all the important ones on there already, right?
Every time you think that we've got them all, though, somebody surprises us.
Like what?
Like some of these names on the, like Dick Clark.
Are you trying to make trouble again now?
Oh yeah, that's my job.
No, I'm serious. Even the last 2 or 3 people, they have no more names for us. Believe me.
No.
Trust me.
All right.
Learn something. Don't be so contrary all the time. No wonder Eric hates you.
I'm not contrary.
What person best describe, does this best describe? Here's the last thing from this poll, then we'll change it. Of course, you don't know what the new poll is yet. Before we change it, let's tell them what the new poll is. That would be helpful. What's your take? You writing this down? Or
Sure,
should I write it? Huh?
You
No,
write
let's
it.
do it right on the air. The audience likes that. It makes them
Hey.
feel like they're on the inside of stuff. You know, like, oh, listen to this. What's your take on the on Neil's idea of, how do we say it?
Discontinuing?
Getting rid of, don't, discontinue is too big of a word.
So sorry.
Getting rid of the Wednesday, noon to 1, comedy bits hour, or 1 to 2, whatever the hell it is. See, I'm back living in the past again. 1 to 2 comedy bits hour. Huh?
All right.
There you go. Here are the choices. I'm all for it. Get rid of it. Right?
All right.
I'm all for it. Get rid of it. I really don't care. Now, I'll listen anyway, okay? I'll listen anyway. That's the loyal people that we love. We can sit here and pick our nose. They'd listen. We love them. I'll listen anyway. No way. I love it. Right?
Right.
And I don't give a Schmidt. There's always got to be an I don't give a Schmidt because we have a lot of people out there who don't give a Schmidt. Even Van Patrick, after Joe Schmidt retired, said, I don't give a Schmidt. Remember Van Patrick?
No.
He put surf radio on the air in Fort Lauderdale. And he's been long dead. He's not even warm no more. 3 minutes till 1 at 560 WQAM. Hey, imagine this. Imagine 0 closing costs, 0 application fee, 0 credit bureau fee, 0 discounted points. It's the last mortgage you're ever going to need in your life. The revolutionary only one mortgage from Financial Group, now with an interest rate of just 1.95%. That's only $738 a month if you have a $200,000 loan, a pittance. And once you refinance or get a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you'll never, ever, never pay closing costs again. So call them today and find out all the details. Call 1-800-940-LEND. Grab real financing power with a low-rate mortgage. You can move on to your next property without any further cost or expense. The only one mortgage from Financial Group. For details, call 1-800-940-LEND. It's a whole new way to buy. 0 underwriting fee, 0 doc fee, 0 prepayment penalty, 0 closing cost even when you move to another property. Get financing at just 1.95%. Call 1-800-940-LEND and never pay closing costs again. Never play with it again. See, every time I do the spot now, I keep saying that. Call Financial Group at 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Restrictions apply. Rate subject to change monthly. 5.19 APR.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon!
New on Fox from the director of Touched by an Angel.
So if you will just relax and hush up.
Arnold Schwarzenegger stars in Touched by a Governor.
Governor? Is that your hands on my ass?
I'm a womanizer, I'm a terrible guy.
What is it with that boy?
Touched by a Governor.
I will go from house to house, knocking on doors.
It's the Gropinator!
On Fox.
It's 101 at 560 WQAM. So Eric had a little bit of internet problem there, but we got it straightened out. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll
Let's
just
hear
be
it.
a little delay.
What?
I said I'm sure there'll be a little delay, but
What does that mean?
Not a crisis.
We'll give him a few seconds.
About 30, man.
Time's up, Eric. Let's go, baby. Put down the sandwich. 400 and some odd votes, about 420. This is the final result on the first poll today. Which person does this best describe? Someone who used to be great but is now a real piece of crap. O.J. Simpson, they hate you, O.J. 131.
Oh!
They despise you.
Oh!
They wish you would die.
Oh!
Or at the very least, hop on a goddamn something and get out of here.
Oh!
Hop on a spaceship with the Chinese. Michael Jackson, 63. In other words, he's got him beat by more than 2 to 1. You believe that?
Yes.
I mean, we know Michael Jackson's a pedophile and a scumbag, but he ain't in the same league with O.J. because, number one, he didn't kill nobody.
Yet.
Phil Henry, 47.
Yeah, but wait a second.
Dennis Miller, 32. Wayne Huizinga, 21. See, we don't talk about him that much anymore, so even though it was a very good choice, he's only got 21 because he's small potatoes. Charlton Heston, 20. See, keep this in mind. Wayne owns the stadium and the Dolphins, okay? And with the bitter taste that's in the mouth of Dolphins yesterday, maybe that would have encouraged them to vote a few more, but it's too late now. Chuck Heston, 20. Colin Powell, 17. Pat Riley, 13. They're not too happy with him because he's a loser. Eric Lindros, 12. Liz Taylor, 8. Eddie Murphy, 8. Ain't they great? Jerry Lewis, 7. David Letterman and Don Imus and Pete Rose, 5 apiece. Howard Stern, 4. Tom Jicha, 4. See, you thought once I put Howard Stern on here, he'd get like 1 million votes?
No, I didn't.
4. Robin Williams, 3. George Lucas, 3. See, George Lucas, once we put him on here, he's going to go zooming by O.J. Ted Nugent and Tom Green have 3 apiece. I thought Tom Green only had 1. Michael Douglas appear, and Dick Clark never got a vote. By the time now let me just double check, okay? Used to be great, and now is a piece of crap. Dick Clark, none. Nice going, Dick. Everybody loves Dick.
Not me.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The new poll question is, I don't know what it is. Schmidt canned it. I threw it away. Well, no, because, you see, Scott doesn't realize that when he's trying to talk to me on the intercom, the audio of the program is so much louder. I can just barely hear him mumbling in the back, you know. See, I can't turn...
He could disable that, but it's complicated.
Huh?
He could disable that for you.
I don't have the ability to do that.
He does.
Oh, no, don't get him to do that, because once he does that, then I'll never get the program back.
No, you won't.
No, so just, let him walk or chew gum. Don't try to get him to do both at the same time. So he's giving me a whole song that's about, Eric's internet connection is down, he can't do this and he can't do that, and he's in the middle of a binge for revenge. But all of a sudden, magically, just like that, came back, just like magic.
The question is...
Yes?
What's your take on Neil's idea of getting rid of the Wednesday 1 to 2 Comedy Bits Hour?
Boy, you sound awful fruity today, you know what?
That's a...
See, now, you know what it is? When you read... No, I just noticed it.
No,
listen to me. When you talk, you sound just like a guy. But when you read, you put on this, you know what I'm saying, Scott? You hear
fake?
It. Yeah, exactly. You put on this fake thing, only choose a different fake voice, because the fake voice you use is fruity, which is why so many of these people think you're some kind of a fag. Plus the fact you're on my show instead of by guilt by association.
Yeah. I thought the Athan.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What's the poll again?
What's your take on Neil's idea of getting rid of the Wednesday?
And I see how much better that is? That you sound like a guy now. What's your take on Neil's idea? It's fruity, man. You sound like a faggot. God, I'm serious. I'm giving you a little. You'll do what you want because you're a hard ass anyway. But I'm giving you a little piece of advice: is not to do that voice. Okay, go ahead. What's the poll again? Now you notice how I've killed an extra 2 minutes with this.
No, it's excellent. The choices are: I'm all for it. Get rid of it. I'll listen anyway.
Right.
No way, I love it.
Right. And I don't give a Schmidt.
Yeah.
Schmidt. All right, there you go. 4 good choices on just a 1 hour little mini. Although this will stay on there overnight, and then by tomorrow morning, then it'll give us a real good barometer, right? And give us plenty of time to prepare emotionally and mentally for Wednesday.
I'm going to free pit.
On my birthday. And on my birthday, I don't want to just work 3 hours, do I?
No.
No, I want to work the whole 4 hours, earn that big fat paycheck. So Clarence and Muff can go, you see, the old fart, the old fag is fine. No, well, I guess they're not going to say fag. The old Jew has, decided to give us that hour back with all the money we're paying him. Of course, keep in mind that the humper works about, 6 hours a week now? Something like that. And especially during baseball season. So, he's not, and plus he's short an hour. He used to work 4 hours. Now he's down to 3, and most days like 2.5. And he's still getting paid the same, and more power to him. Nice going, Humper. I taught these guys well. Before I came to QM, these guys were working like long shifts and little time off. Now, we show up when we feel like it, and making a lot more money, too. That's just the way it is, Greg, okay? In fact, we don't want to play Butch Boss with you, but starting next week, everybody 50% raise. Right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So with a 50% raise, that means I can cut that 3 years down to a year and a half. And with a 50% raise, look at what Scott can do, huh?
Buy gum.
He can probably buy some chewing gum and also go down and get a malted milk if somebody will drive him down to that place on Red Road. What's that place where they had Allen's Drugs, right?
Very good, yes.
Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Excellent. I tuned in to you late, so I just want to know if I can jump on the other poll that you had previous.
Go ahead.
Dennis Rodman.
Wasn't he always a freak, though?
Yeah, but he was really good at one time, and everybody loved the way that he played.
Yeah, he was a good freak, and now he's a bad freak. Okay, good,
right.
Good choice, Pally.
All right, great. Have a great day, and happy birthday.
Too. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, Dennis Rodman's okay. I mean, once upon a time, before he got so much notoriety, he was just an outstanding basketball player. And then he became like a real professional freak. A total freak. And let me say it again, when you consider the fact that allegedly he once had his tongue down Madonna's throat, and the fact that she was kissing Britney and Christina. Man.
Yeah.
Ooh, just the thought of it's enough to make you gag, ain't it?
Tainted.
Especially the Britney part, because now she's been defiled.
Yes, she has.
And if she really was doing anything with Justin, which we all doubt very seriously, but if she was, talk about defiled. Oh, God. What is wrong with that girl, huh? It's got to be all the publicity stunt stuff. She can't really be doing all these ugly guys.
No, I don't.
Who's she going with now? Isn't she going with,
I don't know.
Who is it that Enrique's supposedly doing? Supposedly.
Anna Kournikova.
No. You're oh, no, I'm thinking of Jared Leto. Who's he with?
Diet.
Come on, you better start reading the tabloids, mister. You're getting useless just when we started straightening your voice out.
We stopped getting our shipments, and I'm really distraught about it.
Getting your what?
The shipments of
tabloids.
tabloids.
Oh, shipments. I thought you said something else. Yeah, get your shipments together, will you?
Who was sending it to us? Josie Lambeat?
Josie Lambeat at the end. He ought to be sending because I'm a very big promoter of the tabloids, especially the Inquirer, right, which is the one he writes for. But there's nobody promotes the Inquirer better than I do.
Hey, Josie, we miss our shipments.
Yeah, Josie, send us the tabloids, you goofball, you bald-headed geek. One thing about Josie Lambeat, which was a shock to all of us, you know. You know what it is?
I know.
He has a wife, you know.
Yeah, that is shocking. Here's a call from Miami. Buenos tardes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Could you
Good afternoon to you.
Could you please put Robert Blake on there for me?
Used to be great, but now he's a scumbag. That's a good choice. Too bad we took that poll down, but he's got a lot of votes. That's good. How did we miss him? Especially you. You're slipping, George.
Told you.
What?
That we'd forgotten a couple.
That's okay. This isn't like rocket science, okay? Even
important.
the audience understands, as much as they take everything very, very much to heart.
I say
those
it's a do-over.
Desperate losses by the sports teams over the weekend. It's just for fun. It's just to kill some good time, a little amusement, a little entertainment, a chance to rip somebody an ass, which we like a lot. Let's rip Robert Blake an ass. Let's rip OJ until we can't have nothing left to rip no mo. Castro's 77, huh? What did I tell you? The old people, the miserable, nasty, rotten bastards, they live forever. Look at my father. Look at my mother. Look at my mother with her bowel movements, huh? Goes to show you, Ma, you don't have to have a lot of BMs in order to live to an ripe old age. Although they ought to be getting pretty ripe by now. What's your take on Neil's idea of getting rid of the Wednesday 1 to 2 Comedy Bits Hour? Well, let's see. I'm all for it. Get rid of it because it was my idea. So I guess I better do that. Because I'm a little bit nervous about that hour. I think it's counterproductive. You know what I mean? Well, there's 7 votes. I'm all for it. Get rid of it 3. No way. I love it 3. I don't give a shit 1, and I'll listen anyway. None. It's just a smattering there. Just a quick popped up on my screen. Is Eric okay? Is he going to be all right now?
Sure.
Don't irritate him because he'll have like a voodoo hex on your ass. He hates you.
Another one.
Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hi, Uncle Neil. How are you?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Just 2 items. Paul Winfield is the narrator for A&E City Confidential.
Oh, yeah, Paul Winfield, no kin to Dave, right.
And the other item is that I had a sighting of Brett Summers on on CBS Saturday Morning with Russ Mitchell 2 weeks ago.
Every time I see her, I say, Oya Klugman. Now, Paul Winfield, he does sound like Vincent Price, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
In fact, the first several times I watched that show, which is a really great show, I always thought it was Vincent Price, and then I kept realizing these stories are too new, they're too recent, because Vincent Price has been dead for years, you know.
Hey, Neil, can I ask you another question?
Yes, sir.
Since Kmart closed down on Sunrise Boulevard, where do you go shop now?
At the Eaton Center in Toronto. Have a great day, Pally. How do you attack the buffet there at that buffet place next to the Eaton Center with a fork and a knife and a spoon and a glass? Huh?
Bonsai charge, yell, screaming, and a Ginsu knife.
How do you attack the buffet? And, of course, like every other buffet, you see these big, enormous tubs of, see, let me ask you this. I was asking my friend yesterday, we were eating in there, I said, why is it that some of these people load up the plate so it looks, they have no embarrassment factor. Of course, when you walk around looking like that, I guess there's no embarrassment anyway. But why do they have to pile off the plate what's an all-you-can-eat buffet? In other words, you could go back 80 million times and nobody would even notice. See if they carry like a moderate amount. But they pile it up, and of course I discovered the reason.
They're
lazy.
lazy.
That's because every time they come back, they still pile it up like that.
Right, but you don't want to make a lot of trips.
In addition to which, the reason that buffet joints want you to leave the plate and then go get a new plate each time is so they can keep count of how many plates are being used so they can figure out if they can make any money or not.
Uh-huh.
You ever think about that?
No, I hadn't.
Plus, they also figure there's got to be some kind of embarrassment factor because you're not going to leave a plate behind 8 or 9 times. See, if you just take the same plate and go back, they have no way of keeping track of that.
That's right.
You could go back 50 times. So unless you're a real big fat slob, which a lot of these people are, you're not going to leave 8 or 9 plates behind for them to pick up because then they're going to say, they're going to start taking pictures. You know, they're going to be a surveillance camera. And the next time you start to come in, they'll say, oh, sorry, we're closing now. Stuff like that. Like at the Emerald Coast. Man, I'll tell you, some of the people I've seen in that place, oh my God.
I can only imagine.
They make Fat Boy look like Minnie Riperton. They make Josh Friedman look like Karen Carpenter. 113 at 560 WQM. If your carpets look and smell not so great, here's the answer for you. Dry Concepts. Over the years, over 20 years, I've been using them in my house. Why? Not just because they're a sponsor, but because they're the best in the world and they do the best job. By the way, your lawn guy did a wonderful job, George. Thank you.
Good.
But he's very strange.
All right.
Dry Concepts is the #1 carpet cleaning company for over 20 years and the only carpet cleaning company in the world that actually dry cleans your carpets, hence the name. And now our friends at Dry Concepts offers you a chance to save 15% on your next carpet cleaning. Just call them toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. Ask them to put you on their standby list. And then they'll call you next time they've got an opening in their schedule. It's just like the same idea as when you fly standby. If you're available when they have an opening, they'll knock 15% off the price and do their usual spectacular job, no shortcuts, and they still give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start the work. So if you want your carpets looking and feeling and smelling just like brand new and dry in just a couple of hours, this is the way to go. Call Dry Concepts today. Ask them to put you on their standby list. They might even have an opening for you on the day that you call, and they'll still give you 15% off the regular, already amazingly low price of that job. Call them today and be sure and tell them that Crusty Old Neil told you to call 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or on the wicked web, you'll find them at dryconcepts.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The Marlins! We did it! We did it!
Well, congratulations. Get a life.
Dr. Phil, the ultimate weight solution, is #1 in the New York Times, the best-selling book in America.
And there's not one thing in that book that is grounded in the scientific literature.
This is Dr. Phil off the top of his head, knee-jerk advice.
Exactly.
Let's go to your calls. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Hello.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, what's the question?
Dr. Phil, I just started a new diet my doctor gave me. Any words of wisdom?
You are going to fail. You're not going to get back to that weight.
Tampa, Florida. Hello.
Hey guys, hold on one second. I'm opening up a box of Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Whatever.
The first step. What's the question?
Hey, I said hold on a second. I'm eating a Twinkie.
Great.
What's the question?
Do you know how late the Dairy Queen is open?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Binge for revenge.
One more call. Winslow, Maine. Hello.
Dr. Phil, both my parents work, so I have to fix a lot of my own meals. What should I have for breakfast?
Ice cream, cookie.
Are you sure?
No question about it.
My teacher said I should have fruit or cereal or something.
Bad idea.
Boy.
That's not healthy. That's not good.
We'll be back with more Dr. Phil, the ultimate weight solution.
Yeah.
It's #1 on the New York Times list.
Of course.
More calls after this.
119, 5 more explosions. That's what Miss Fudge is saying on our website. CNN, multiple large explosions heard in Iraq.
In the course of the past few weeks and indeed the past few months, security has been...
On the west side of the Bimbat that's on CNN right now, the Tigris River. Yeah, the Tigris.
We have him on the website.
They're kin to Tigger, too. Yeah, that's on the website, knocking over poor what's-his-name.
Roy!
Coalition Provisional Authority buildings, the former presidential palaces of Saddam Hussein, relatively freely without being challenged until you...
63 votes on the website so far on our second poll. What's your take on Neil's idea, getting rid of that Wednesday 1 to 2 comedy bits hour? 63 votes. I'm all for it. Get rid of it. 25. No way. I love it. 20. I don't give a Schmidt 13. I'll listen anyway 5. So it's not really compelling yet. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's not. It'll have to.
But you got till tomorrow morning. Got a lot of votes yet to be tallied.
Where the coalition...
Kept Miriam Elephant on it. She'll get it straightened out.
Been entirely sealed off. It's very difficult for us to get there. Impossible, or as difficult as possible for ordinary Iraqis. So yes, there is a great sense of insecurity here. Not just of course.
This guy's just because they don't know where it was yet and they don't know anything.
Nice vest, though.
He said lovely outfit. He said the explosions were so strong that he felt the earth shake under his feet. That's what Carole King said. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Of course, this is all part of the big Ramadan thing. This is like the Tet offensive they're comparing it to. It's the Ramadan offensive. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, I hate to agree with George, but maybe we terminated the earlier poll too early. I'd like to suggest a name.
Yeah, I could have saved this till tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but, let me suggest that we perhaps overlooked the obvious. Rush Limbaugh.
He used to be great?
Well, I'll tell you, in the radio world, I don't
great.
like him, you don't like him, but if you look at the money made in radio,
oh, yeah.
you have to say, well, okay, we don't like
Yeah.
Yeah, so and now look at him 1 month later.
Yeah, but you know something? His ditto heads, his disciples, according to what the polls say, his ditto heads are like, oh, well, it's one of those things and he'll be fine and all of that crap,
Well, yes, that's true. I don't think anything will persuade him. Even the fact that this guy who speaks for personal sent his maid out to do the tough work in case there was a bust, she would get it, not him.
He was also trying to rip pills off from people who had prescriptions for legitimate illnesses.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Here was a guy who might be considered in the radio world, National Association of Broadcasters.
Number one.
Is a great guy, and now,
Great Nazi, that's right.
Yeah. And as far as the other poll goes, we want all Neil all the time.
Okay, thanks a lot, pal. Have a great day.
And Neil, bye-bye.
See you. There you go. That was a good lick job. 1:22. And you'll notice how fast, I realize he's been whisked away into some rehab outfit again, supposedly for 5 weeks, but you notice how we hear nothing more. No.
Until
Isn't
his
that
big
kinda
triumphant return.
Oh, there's that guy trying to walk away again and shot his lawyer.
Well, we all know that sex sells.
That's good old Air Miles O'Brien on CNN. 567, what is it? 0560 and pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe we did cut off the other one too soon, and this guy apologized for agreeing with you.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
Who wants to do that?
No, the other one it had run its course. It was fine, and nobody was going to catch OJ or any of the top 3 or 4 on there. And we could have put a few others on there, and it got a couple of, well, what's the point, right?
Yeah, whatever.
No, you know what I'm saying.
Sure, who cares?
Basically, we got the lay of the land. We got the temperature of the audience. We stuck the thermometer deep inside there,
Rectum.
and we got there, and they're running a high fever. Here's a call from Boca. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I have a question and a comment. Just going to hang up and listen.
Go right ahead.
My question is, last Friday at around the same time, you read something from a woman writing about George W., and I was just wondering if I could find out where to get a transcript of that. And my comment is, that gay kid that they expelled over in at Jupiter Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder how many they went around asking all the heteros who were defiling their bodies by engaging in premarital sex. I wonder how many of those kids got expelled.
The big O.
You know? Exactly. But
that's what they're nervous about is the big O. Have a great day, Pally. I think he's probably talking about the Molly Ivins column that I read.
That's the one.
Is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it?
The Bush hater. Call me a Bush hater.
Oh, yeah, that's on our website. If you go back on neilrogers.com and scroll through the previous, what do we got that under?
Features?
Yeah, under features or whatever it's under, and you've got some of the older columns from like a couple of days ago. It was on there, probably on Friday, Thursday, whatever day it was on. They're all still on there, right, for several days?
Yeah.
In the archives? Well,
yes,
that's where it is. Why do you say, yeah? So, like, indecisively. I think he's picking on you again, Eric. 88 votes on this. It's not looking too good for the 1 to 2 hour. What's your take? Get rid of that 1 to 2 comedy bits hour on Wednesdays. I'm all for it. Get rid of it, 42. No way, I love it, 24. I don't give a Schmidt, 16. And I'll listen anyway, 6 out of the first 88. It's great to be in the Sunshine State, and the vote tally is 88, and that's the way it is. And don't be late. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. How's that Bandit Pet Rescue? We got a band hit this week? I think we do. I think if you go to our website there on that home page, the internet is a little bit slow today. Are you having that problem
funky.
too?
Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit strange all day today. And even, what's his name is coming. Oh, there's Screw-Ann with her witches out. You look lovely, Screw-Ann. You look just like you. Like a real slut. Like a real witchy slut. And what was I just looking for?
The van hit, right on top.
Oh, it is? Where the hell is it? On top of what? On top of her pointed head?
On top of Old Smoky.
Oh. Well, when the hell is Miguel's next van hit?
I don't know.
It's not on there. It's not right on top. You made me go all the way back to the top.
Thursday, November 6th.
There it is. Thursday, November 6th from noon to 2 at the Bennett Auto Supply. 2950 North State Road 7 in Margate. That should be okay. We never go to Margate, right?
Not enough.
Well, we're doing it this time. Let's all go to Margate. What do you say?
No.
Come on, let's all get together in a big caravan and go to Margate next week in honor of my birthday. That would be a good excuse, right?
Sure.
As kind of a birthday gift to me, even if you don't care about cats or dogs or abandoned pet rescue. Just do it for me and then take the stuff and pawn it, sell it, stick it somewhere. 26 past 1 at 560 WQM. It won't be long now before all those relatives start piling in for the holidays. Maybe your parents are coming out to stay for the winter. In either case, if you need a new mattress, do the smart thing like I always do and everybody else at QM seems to be doing. Call 1-800-MATTRESS and talk to our friends at Dollar Mattress. You know the mattress industry is full of phony claims and shell games. At Dollar Mattress, no phony promises, no bait and switch, just great legitimate discount prices every day on brand names you know and trust, now including Stearns and Foster Hewitt. When you call Dollar Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS, you pick the day and time for delivery within any 2-hour window 7 days a week from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. I've been sleeping on a mattress from these folks for years and years. You ought to be sleeping on a Dollar Mattress, too, for your sake and your back. Honest sale prices, fantastic services every day, low prices, same-day delivery. Let me try that again. Honest sales practices, fantastic service every day, low. See, you want to know why I screwed up? Because there's no punctuation in here.
Well, punked it.
Jesus Christ, fat boy, what's the matter? You eat one bologna sandwich too many? Is that the problem, you fat tub of crap? See, I'm trying to think, how come I can't read this right? That's because there's no punctuation, you schmuck. Fantastic service, everyday low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, so it's easy to see, in spite of the skeptics out there and the fat people, why Dollar Mattress is ranked number 1 in the world in customer satisfaction. God, you can't complain about our copy at QM because we're not getting any. We're getting crap on paper. Isn't that generally where you put it?
That's where it winds up.
Don't be fooled by the so-called giants in the mattress industry or furniture store. They can't match what you get every single day from Dollar Mattress. So call them right now and tell them that Fat Boy told you to call 1-800-MATTRESS. I'm using them. George uses them. Miguel is using them. Bilker Bryant, even the unctuous Fat Boy. And you should be calling them, too. Call 1-800-MATTRES for an unbeatable deal. Or online, you'll get more info at mattress.com.
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's Monday.
Oi!
Oh God, Friday seems so far away. Here I'm trapped in this office to stay. I feel like crap, 'cause it's Monday. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Coming up next on Queer Eye for that Palestinian guy, we make over Yasser Arafat.
He's trying to take over the PLO again from that Muhammad, what's his name? If he's to succeed, he needs some help.
No kidding. I mean, what is up with that do-rag? I mean, it's so 5 minutes ago.
Really? And that scraggly beard. I mean, who are you?
It's going to be our biggest challenge ever, but we're ready to scrap that drab wardrobe and transform Yasser from a Ringo Starr lookalike to a... Well, he's still going to look like Ringo, but just cleaner.
We need to do something about those glasses, too.
Oh, we're going to be doing just a ton of things on the next Queer Eye for that Palestinian guy. Thursday nights at 8.
Okay, 132 at 560. Let's see what the Washington Post says about this thing in Iraq from Ms. Fudge's website. See, I give credit where credit is due, Ms. Fudge, you piece of crap. Strong explosions were heard late Monday in central Baghdad, and it appeared the blasts were coming from the western side of the Tigris River, as this broad said, this silly-ass bitch.
Out of Baghdad with more, what are you finding out, Matthew?
Well, obviously a great deal of activity that's just filtering through to us here on the ground in Baghdad. We'll start with that explosion
wonder why I did that
into
poll.
Crete. This
He
is the kind of attack that has become almost a daily routine here in various areas across Iraq. We're hearing from the military people into Crete, the U.S. military spokesman into Crete, that one U.S. soldier, at least one, has been killed when his vehicle went over a landmine or was attacked by a roadside bomb detonated as the vehicle went past. We understand that he is a member of the 4th Infantry Division, but any other further personal details have been withheld until the authorities contact his relatives. But just another example of the kind of daily tragedy that is being faced by U.S. soldiers, the other coalition troops.
Who shouldn't be there in the first place.
Country on a daily basis. Let's turn now to the other developing story that we've come up here to report to you. A number of loud explosions rocking Baghdad, shaking the sort of ground that we were standing on. We've come up here to try and observe exactly what the situation is. We've also sent a team out to the location where we...
So in other words, to make a long story short, he hasn't got any idea what he's talking about, okay? As soon as you guys have some idea what it is, let us know. In fact, there it is. Cause of these series of explosions, unclear, which means we're just filling a lot of time till we can get some info, find out where it was and what the hell happened. And the Tigris and the Tigger 2. Cell phone users have been known to complain about poor service, but one New York man's mobile literally went down the toilet. The man was on a suburban train from Grand Central Station Wednesday night when he went to the bathroom to make a phone call, dropped the phone into the toilet bowl, and then his hand and arm became stuck in the bowl trying to retrieve it. You ready for that?
No. What an idiot.
No, it's true.
I know.
Metro North Railroad staff could not help the man, so they stopped the train and called police officers and firefighters to extricate him, a process that took 90 minutes using the Jaws of Life rescue equipment.
It was on the news.
The toilets are made of aluminum, so imagine he was down on his hands and knees with his shirt rolled up and hand and arm down inside trying to flush out his cell phone. Don't you hate it when you go into the bathroom and there's some guy down there on his hands and knees?
I just do my business anyway.
He said that because of the design of that's probably what he's doing, his business. He said that because of the design of the train toilet, the mobile probably ended up in a chemical holding tank. A spokesman for the railroad that serves the northern suburbs of New York and Connecticut identified the man as Edwin Gallard, 41, of New York, who suffered a minor injury to his arm as firefighters cut the toilet apart. When in doubt, cut the bowl apart. The track was closed and thousands of commuters were delayed during the evening rush hour. Oh, no! Because there's a passenger's got his hand stuck in the toilet? The bad news is the phone has yet to be recovered. Damn it. I mean, how valuable is your cell phone, right? Can't you always go get another one?
Yeah, it ain't that valuable.
No. Not that I would stick my hand deep inside the toilet, because God only knows what else he might have come up with.
You turd.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Oh, here's Air Miles O'Brien trying to give us some explanation about what happened.
Give you a sense of where this is.
It's on the west side of the Tigger.
A population of about 500,000. U.S. troops have been finding a lot of resistance there.
They still have no idea. 126 votes on this poll. What's your take on Neil's idea of dumping that Wednesday 1 to 2 comedy Bazaar, which I think it's on the way out. I think we've heard the last one. I'm all for it. Get rid of it. 64. No way, I love it. 31. I don't give a Schmidt. 20. And I'll listen anyway. 11. 64. 31.
U.S. troops can try to thwart this kind of thing in the future.
Yeah, okay. They're filling time. They got all their talking heads on there. They haven't got a clue what the hell happened. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, are you familiar with a singer-songwriter by the name of Steve Earle?
Steve Earle. Never heard of him.
He's debating Bill O'Reilly tonight at 8 o'clock. He's a very talented guy. And,
well, why do we care about that?
Well, because it's not too often you see a lot of, I guess, so-called show business types that, will sloganeer and et cetera, but not, go toe-to-toe with someone like Bill
With some
O'Reilly
asshole like Bill O'Reilly, yeah?
In a debate, which is, I think it's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Maybe somebody else will.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Anybody wants to see Bill O'Reilly, that schmuck, all spin all day. By the way, Bill O'Reilly, we never talk about his ratings in the Fort Lauderdale market, and when the rating books come out, you want to know why?
He doesn't have any?
He doesn't have any. He's got at least he's consistent, he's got a point. As many O's as you can make in a row for infinity. Just put O in the infinity symbol. Right. You don't have anybody listening on whatever he's on. I don't even know what station it is. Is it that the Light Bulb Junior? Whatever the hell he's on. And I can remember that. Who the hell was it wrote that breathless thing? Was it one of the South Florida fish wrappers about Bill O'Reilly and about his radio show and he's going to take on Rush? Well, with or without Rush, he ain't got any audience on the radio. He is strictly, the only people who care about him are the right-wing lunatics who are tuned into Fox morning, day, and night. They're the same as the old Cubans who listen to Radio Mambi morning, noon, and night. Yep. They're the same as the religious fanatics who watch Pat Robertson in the 700 Club morning, noon, and night. And it's like a religion. It's the same crap. And these people are all mesmerized by the all spin all day from the Fox Schlocks network, from the Fox Nazi network. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
16-year listener.
All right.
I met you at Mike Gordon's years ago.
Never been at Mike Gordon's in my life.
Yes, you have. You spoke to me. I know Anyway, let me
I've
get
never
to
been
my
to
point.
Mike Gordon's in my life.
How
I don't
you
even
doing?
know where
Okay.
it is.
Okay, maybe it was another guy.
You didn't buy a dinner, did you?
Anyway, I wanted to, your callers on Friday forgot an important fact about that shooting of the teenager. Hello?
The shooting of what teenager?
The 16-year-old in Broward.
Oh,
That was
okay.
dead, okay?
Right.
They forgot one important fact. There was
Yeah.
one of them was hiding in the bushes that the guy noticed. And as soon as he opened the door, he opened fire. It only takes 1 second to turn your back, and that wouldn't hold up in court. But the guy, was shot in the back. It only takes a second. That's my point.
So in other words, you think he did the right thing?
I don't think he's a murderer. That's, I really don't.
What do you mean you don't think
If
he's a
there was
murderer?
a guy hiding in my bushes at 12:30 in the morning and another guy at the door, I would open the door and open fire before my door.
You know what I would do? I would slam the door shut, and if I was that concerned, I'd call 911.
Okay,
I wouldn't be shooting, man. See, you believe in this Wild West mentality. They're outside. They're not inside. They're not clawing on the door. They're not trying to knock the door down. They're not trying to come in and do harm to him and his family or take away the goddamn lunch. They're outside. It just amazes me. You see, this goes back to what I've said for years and years, and it falls on deaf ears. I might as well be talking to my TV screen here. This kind of insane violence, this kind of gun loving. Oh, well, see, if there's somebody hiding in the bushes, well, I got news for you, okay? Lock the frickin' door. Call the police. Call your next door neighbor. Call out the National Guard. Call the president. God almighty. All you people who want to rationalize and make excuses. And by the way, I never was at Mike Gordon's in my life, okay? I have no... Isn't Mike Gordon's a seafood restaurant?
I don't know. Sounds right.
I don't know who he's talking about. It sure as hell wasn't me. I've never been there. I don't know what it is, where it is.
But he bought you dinner.
I do know the Gorton Fisherman. 141-19. Blast up here. Look at this. 3 or 4 mortars hit central Baghdad. We don't know what the hell, where it was. We don't know who got hurt or killed or whatever. But they're still doing like this. They have no clue. Hey, I'll tell you, if you have no clue because your job is a piece of crap and your paycheck is right in par with that, here's the answer for you. If you like a new high-paying career and you can't figure out how to do it, how about this? One easy phone call. I think even you can handle that. Say goodbye to your bullcrap boss. Say goodbye to your dead-end job and get yourself a career, which means you're going to get a big paycheck that goes along with it. If you don't have 4 years to waste in college, well, here's the answer for you. Call Fast Train toll-free, and they'll train you. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. That's why they call it Fast Train. Get it? Fast Train can have you trained and certified for a high-paying computer network professional career or a high-paying medical computer specialist career in as little as 4 months. That's correct. You can be fully trained, ready for a great new career as little as 4 months. So what's 4 months out of your life? Just a piece of cake. Fast Train offers day, evening, and weekend classes. They offer job placement assistance and financial aid to people who qualify. And they got 6 convenient Florida locations, 2 in Tampa and the other 4 in South Florida. So it just makes sense there's bound to be one close and convenient by where you are. Check them out on the web at fasttrain.com. And then finally, make that decision to change your life. Get rid of your nickel and dime job and get yourself a real career and some earning power that goes with it. Call Fast Train today, toll free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
All right.
Join the NRA. Shoot your gun today. Have yourself some down-home Christian fun. Blow your friends away. We'll back you all the way. Defending your right to own a gun. When you think of all the benefits you're getting, life will be sweeter when you pack your heater and carry a license to be deadly. Come on and join today. It's the American way to be a member of the NRA.
Aim for the knee, aim for the chest, and always aim for the head in case they're wearing a vest. Sharpen your skills, you feel more fun. We'll be there to defend your right to own a gun.
Come on and join today, and you'll be proud to say you're a member of the NRA.
All right.
147, Mad Dog is back. He'll be here 2 to 4 today. Here's the latest on that Iraq situation by the Tigger. A blast near a holy Shiite Muslim shrine in the city of Karbala today killed 3 people and injured 12, witnesses said. Meanwhile, in Baghdad, strong explosions were heard downtown after sunset. The Karbala blast occurred on a busy street less than 100 yards from the gold-domed Imam Hussein shrine in the city, 65 miles south of the Iraqi capital. Yeah. All the dead apparently, well, I'm having trouble with this. All the dead apparently were passers-by. In Baghdad, 5 strong explosions were heard in quick succession at about 9:10 p.m. Baghdad time. It appeared the blasts were coming from the western side of the Tigris River. That's Tigris, you stupid bitch! The U.S. military command had no information on the incident. And then we have another dead American soldier today, which you heard about moments before. Just day after day after day. Is there any end in sight?
No.
Do we have any exit strategy?
No.
Did we have any business going there in the first place?
No.
Did the president lie and all of his men?
Yes.
How come there's no impeachment going on right now? You spineless, miserable Democratic assholes, you, man. Clinton gets a couple of blowjobs and the whole country has to spend millions and millions of dollars and waste 2 years with impeachment crap and with that X-rated report from Kenny Starr. In the meantime, we got all these American kids that have been set off to be slaughtered like a human sacrifice based on a pack of lies, which was decided before this man even stole his way into office, and like that. Because the Democratic Party are a bunch of spineless cowards. That's exactly the reason this is going on. And the media are a bunch of enablers. They're the enablers.
They're accomplices.
That's it. You're right. They're partners in crime with this administration. Don King offers Palm Beach County site for new Marlins ballpark. Boxing promoter Don King is offering the Florida Marlins a new stadium site on the property he owns in Palm Beach County. King owns a highlight fronton in Magnolia Park, which is just north of West Palm. Well, that sounds great. If you live in Dade County, don't you want to drive up to West Palm Beach?
No.
Or if you live like in Plantation?
No.
King owns a highlight fronton, which spokesman Robert Wenix says would be an ideal site for the World Series champions' proposed park. If it's domed, King could stage boxing matches in the off-season. Fixed, of course. King says that would help the Marlins pay the estimated cost of $325 million for the stadium. He says he hasn't talked to Marlins officials yet, however. The Marlins in Dade County have already announced a plan to commit $210 million toward a new ballpark in Miami. The stadium would have a retractable roof, be open for play in 2007. Now, if we move into Palm Beach, are they going to be the West Palm Beach Marlins? Is that it if they go there?
Yes.
Because we know they're going to be the Miami Marlins if they go there. And what about if they go like to Washington, D.C.?
Or Yeehaw Junction.
Yeah, or maybe like to Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or Batavia, New York. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. What's your take on our idea of getting rid of the 1 to 2 comedy bits hour? 168 vote. I'm all for it. Get rid of it. 85. 86. No way. I love it. 40. It's like more than 2 to 1. They hate it. I don't give a Schmidt 28. I'll listen anyway. 15. See, I'll listen anyway isn't too strong there. You see that? Like it usually is. Here's a call from beautiful Miami. Hello.
We won the World Series.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Dave is becoming Espanol. He's working on a Hispanic accent. Because if he's going to be moving to Miami. No, he's got to work on it, right?
A lot.
Increíble.
5670560. That's Mo Howard David's new main man, by the way, David Sampson. Here's a call from Lauderdale. Hello.
Dale?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you can't even shine Bill O'Reilly's shoes, but you
Yeah, shine this, okay, asshole. Can't shine Bill O'Reilly's shoes. Well, great. Go suck his ass, okay? Go stick your tongue deep inside his rectum, okay? And see how it tastes. Go have a hot fudge Sunday. Or Saturday, or Monday, or today, or Monday's okay, too. 5670560. See, this is the great the retort from the right-wing assholes, from the ditto heads. You couldn't even shine. I don't want to shine his shoes, okay? I make enough money. I don't got to shine shoes on the street corner like you do, asshole. That's probably Shoe Steve's boyfriend. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. I'm just calling to say that Bush has everyone so controlled in the media that the families are not even allowed to grieve in public. The coffins of the soldiers that come back aren't even allowed to be draped in the flag for fear that there'll be coverage of it and shown on the evening news.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really sad.
Yeah, we had that story on our website.
Oh,
everything has, God forbid that the public, in addition to which, it's really interesting. You remember right after the war was supposedly over, and the networks got in there, they put up the satellite dishes, and we were able to get these live pictures like when they tore the Saddam statue down.
Oh, yeah.
All of that, those staged events. You'd think that now that we have all of the ability to show these live pictures from over there, we'd be seeing a lot more of what really is going on every day. You notice that that ain't happening.
Oh, no, they have a lid on it, as you would say.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Have a great day. Hang in there.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, what is it going to take? How many are going to have to die? How long is this going to have to go on? How much more BS? How many more censorships? How much more bullcrap? How many more Patriot Acts, parts 3, 4, and 5? before finally the American public wakes up and says, you know what, this is a pile of crap.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
Balls. Now, the longest-running motion picture musical in history has been reimagined for the 21st century. Jerry Bruckheimer presents Sylvester Stallone in...
Yo, how you doing? I see you met my faithful handyman. Yo, Paulie.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yo, Apollo, you look pretty good in them fishnet stockings. You look even better than Adrian. You got a nice tight little... Oh, what I say? It's just a punch to the left. And a hook to the right! Yo, Mickey, why you throwing rice at me?
'Cause you just got married, Rock.
Yeah, but Mickey, why you throwing rice at me?
Stallone is back as Rocky Featherboa, the Rocky Horror Picture Show 2003.
Absolutely.
Coming really, really soon, straight to video.
157 at 560 QM. Mad Dog standing by. He's back. He's going to be psychotic today, I'm sure of that. And depressed. This thing you faxed me about the report links Iraq deals to Bush donations that I read on Friday?
Yeah.
I read it on Friday.
Okay.
But this just in. Let's see. Bob Graham is not going to run for re-election in the Senate. We have 5 loud explosions at Baghdad, but we don't know what the hell it was at or what happened. Supreme Court rejects 10 Commandments monument appeal. The Supreme Court refused today to enter the long-running fight over a monument depicting the 10 Commandments, and the renegade judge, that Yahoo-dripping redneck, who wants to keep the biblical list on display in an Alabama courthouse. The court quietly rejected appeals from suspended Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore, call me a Yahoo redneck, who would argue that the monument properly acknowledges God as the source of the community morality, so essential to a self-governing society. Moore was suspended as Chief Justice for defying a federal court order to remove the monument. He goes on trial before the Alabama Court of the Judiciary November 12th to face judicial ethics charges for his refusal to comply with the order. The Supreme Court's action is not a ruling on the thorny question whether the 10 Commandments may be displayed in government buildings or in the public square. It merely reflects the High Court's unwillingness to hear the appeal. Lower courts have splintered on the issue, allowing depictions of the 10 Commandments in some instances and not in others. So he went to the Supreme Court, says, oh, please, pretty please, let me stick this up there. And he said, go away.
No.
Go away, come back another day. Even you're too embarrassing, even for us. How do you like that?
I like it.
Well, I don't know. I guess we ought to be, are we happy about the result on this poll here? Do we like it?
Whatever.
Depends on how lazy we feel on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
203 votes. What's your take on Neil's idea of getting rid of that Wednesday 1 to 2 comedy bits hour on Wednesday? I'm all for it. Get rid of it 97. Like 2 to 1. No way I love it 48. So a little more than 2 to 1. They don't like, they hate it. They're sick of it. I don't give a Schmidt 37. I'll listen anyway 21. Not looking too promising unless we have like a sudden surge when the votes from the outlying districts come in. And after the show, when you and I get a chance to vote like 50, 60 times a piece.
Right. Watch how
maybe
freaky
change it
I
around.
can get.
Okay, Mad Dog is coming up next, and we can, oh, woe is us. We are cursed. Aren't we cursed down here, Mad Dog? The Hurricanes take it up the ass. The Panthers take it in the ear. And the Dolphins, what an embarrassment. And just unbelievable.
Bye, bye, bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
The Mad Dog. He gets on my nerves with this constant screaming at